provide a link on Twitter.
Okay. All right.
Twitter.
I clicked the button. Now, is the thing working? It says
We
starting.
will
I'm going to assume yes. Let me get the music started. Hello, everybody. It's BrawlFan1 once again for another art stream. Just here with Danny, Kenshi, and Amanda, fucking around, doing whatever whatever. Oh, let me also do this to let you guys know that we're here. Haha. Anyway.
Haha, ho, hee, ho, ho, haha.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. I did not mean to sneeze right in the freaking microphone.
Good job.
It's okay. It fit with what whoever was doing the ha-hee-haw thing.
Hey there,
That was me.
Hey there, Domingo. You are first. So today I think I'm going to continue on work with... What the heck? Hey. Okay, hold on. My pen tablet's doing weird things. I'm holding down the
All
button.
pen sensitivity not there.
Yeah, it's not picking up. Hold on. Ah, my stream is ruined.
Yeah.
You working?
Alrighty, I just tweeted the art stream out.
What is the matter with this thing? What is it? It is like not.
What kind of tablet you have?
It's a Wacom.
Because
was
I
working.
have a Wacom too.
It was working when I last used it. What's going on?
Try unplugging and replugging it.
I just did.
Real quick.
Like it's not picking up. Like it'll like make a dot and that's it.
Weird.
Brandon's in the chat, but he's not in the call. Brandon, why?
Because it's Brandon.
How bizarre. What is going on? Hold on.
On the
How
Brandon,
bizarre.
but,
How
on the-
bizarre.
I'm sorry. I was like, I just saw like Brandon did tweet something like I don't know if he's doing streaming too.
My streams are
Like
better.
like a couple of minutes ago. Like
Okay,
yeah,
what the
RPG
hell? Hold on.
Yeah, RPG. Yeah, he says RPG Summer will continue in a little while with the return of the Dragon Hunters. Hope to see you all there. So yeah, I think he's doing his Twitch streaming right now. Actually,
I am
Ooh,
all
Brandon.
I am all kinds of confused. This is really bizarre.
Do you think
So like,
you need to reset
it's-
your computer?
No, it's just the brush tool that's not working. Cause I just used the pencil tool and that's working just fucking fine.
yeah.
Hold on, is it just Flash or is it Photoshop too? Hold on, let me get something open in Photoshop.
Well, you can try. Have you tried just like closing and opening, closing down Flash and opening it again?
Well, I'm gonna see if it is if that is the problem first. Because if it is just Flash, then yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Let me open up Cloudy's commission. Yeah, it's working just fine in Photoshop. Flash, what the hell? Let me just close down Flash, I guess, then. Oh,
Jesus,
weird.
Barry, why do you gotta go and do this?
I guess I'll just work on Cloudy's commission for a little while then.
Hey.
Give Flash a chance to kind of just chill. Anyway, sorry that bit of a beginning hiccup. How's the chat doing?
Fairly quiet.
Yes, welcome Peter Papas. Welcome Great Tepig.
Well, gee, that sucks eight kinds of ass.
What does?
Apparently, the reason Brandon wasn't here the other day was because he had an ISP outage. So that's why he took forever to get in the call.
No excuses.
I mean, one excuse. It's right there. It's
No.
literally right there. I'm looking right at it.
No excuses.
Oh snap! Yeah, it's like I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen to you guys, but I'm also watching the developer update on Doomfist. So it's like, yeah, apparently this guy Kenji,
Yeah?
So Doomfist, he has an attack called Rocket Punch, which is a charging attack.
Rocket punch.
And yeah, but he can when you fully charge, it can break barriers.
Oh,
Ooh,
fuck.
shit.
No,
Yeah,
Reinhardt
so-
got nerfed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's what
this
like
this
he said.
explains how he punched all the way through all the OR-15s.
Yeah, so basically they're saying like, when if you just hit the button, I mean, it'll do a weaker attack. The longer you hold the button, the longer you charge it, the stronger it'll be. And yeah, like a fully charged rocket punch can shatter barriers. So yeah, fuck you Reinhardt, fuck you Orisa.
Fuck Symmetra's floating shield.
Yeah, so that's where it's like, oh man.
Zarya.
Yeah, it's like, god damn.
That's gonna be that actually. Yes, that's what somebody was thinking about. That must be what Fortify was added for. Well, people were wondering why Effie built the Fortify ability into the into Orisa over the original OR-15s, but then everybody kind of flashed back to the image of all the OR-15s being punched into craters and shit. And that rocket punch must have been what Doomfist did to break all the OR-15s, and that's why Orisa was given the Fortify ability. So that way, if she and Doomfist ever meet again, she'll be able to withstand that attack.
He also said that if whoever gets hit by the rocket punch will take more damage if they are punched into a wall.
Ow.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, because the OR-15...
It's going right back to Orisa. It's like, oh my god, I love you, Blizzard. It's like...
This is going to be interesting when these two meet.
It's all these little continuity things that it's like, oh my god, this is great.
Because Fortify allows her to go through just about anything unimpeded. Graviton's Surge, Junkrat's Trap, everything. Orisa's Fortify lets her just march right through it. Can you imagine what watching one of those OR-15s get punched into that hole in the wall what looked like? Jeez, no wonder Effie took so care to make something so damn powerful. She's seen what Doomfist could do firsthand, and she does not want her baby Orisa dealing with that again.
Well.
This also means that Orisa is likely actually a preemptive counter to Doomfist. Like, before he's even been added, a lot of Orisa's abilities are a preemptive planning for Doomfists.
Oh, okay. So Doomfist, along with the rocket punch, he's a combo fighter. He has an ability where he can literally, like, for one thing, he can, like, literally just do like a Shoryuken uppercut and everything that can launch you into the air. But he also has an ability. He also has an ability where whenever he is in the air, whether it's maybe you're jumping from a higher platform or doing that uppercut, that when you activate it, there's like a field-like target area underneath him that he'll literally slam his fist into the ground. So yeah, you can literally punch somebody into the air and then slam them right back into the ground.
Ouch.
And do like this shockwave and everything, like field range and everything. So it's like, okay, this is interesting.
That's gonna catch so many people off guard.
Doomfist is going to get the same kind of treatment of being considered OP just off the bat because no one knows how to counter him.
Yeah,
and then after everybody counters him,
that's usually what happens.
Still gonna make Orisa though when I finally get the game because Orisa is just too precious.
Yes, Dragon Core. They showed off Doomfist. I guess Danny, if you want, go. Say something in the live chat. I'll make you a mod, and then you can post the link to it there.
Okay. Dooms. There you go. So anyway, okay, so apparently Kenshi, lad, he does have a gun. Think of him like Yang from Ruby.
My god!
Can he punch birds out of the air?
Yes.
His knuckles are shotgun shells.
Oh my god!
So yeah, so it's like, again, look at the Doomfist gauntlet. Like when you look at that, you see like the spikes on his knuckles. He shoots them out like shotguns.
Well.
Oh Jesus!
It's like, god damn it. So it's like, okay, so he's not like Reinhardt where it's primarily a melee fighter. I mean, yeah, he is a big melee fighter, but he actually does have a gun equipped to him. But I'm assuming it's more like Yang, where he can literally punch bullets.
Oh, geez, that's gonna be hilarious watching him just kind of throw his fist out and blowing people away.
Anyway, okay. Yeah, there you go, Dragon Core. That's the link that I'm currently watching this while BJ's streaming. And yeah, he's just talking all about Doomfist, and my god, this guy sounds like a beast.
Well, I mean, the guy's called Doomfist, and we've seen what his gauntlet can do on the arm of a scrawny teenager.
Right.
What they don't tell you is
Yeah, he fires.
that scrawny teenager was Doomfist.
Yeah, it's like he fires 4 shots. Each knuckle is a shot before he has to reload. So he gets 4 shots before he has to reload. Which, if I recall, because I know Reaper uses shotguns too, but I think Reaper gets like 6 shots, I think, before he has to reload.
He has 4 shots per shotgun, so he gets 8 shots before he decides to just toss his guns and pull out new ones from his ass.
I feel like
that's right.
I feel like Reaper is just the reason why we have awful like accidents with gun related accidents with kids.
Well, I mean, he's always emptying, so there's no ammo for them to pick up and shoot themselves with.
You never know. There's always that that one asshole player who doesn't actually use all their cartridges and just reloads even though there's still bullets.
Oh, okay. Hey, okay. What is his ultimate?
Oh, jeez.
Just fuck the game and I win.
Okay, hang on.
The internet's pooping. No. Go.
Okay, it kind of sounds like an upgraded version of Reinhardt's, actually.
Of the hammer down.
So you know how when Reinhardt does the hammer down, it stuns people.
Yep.
So Doomfist, he's called Meteor Strike. He jumps high into the air. You get like target reticles of anywhere that he can land, and when he lands, anybody that is within his range, if they are not killed outright, they are immediately sent to the ground, like laying on the ground, and it just leaves them wide open for more attacks. And my mom is calling me, so hang on a tick.
Undertale. I need to draw more Undertale stuff. I haven't drawn enough.
There's never enough.
Okay, I think my internet stopped shitting.
I would sure hope so. Internet taking a shit stinks.
I guess. Let me see how Flash is doing now. Get that started opening up. So yeah, my computers do the weirdest things. They just randomly decide, you know what, I'm gonna do this now.
Okay, I'm back.
And Realm Wars joined us.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh,
you're
I
right
didn't
there.
even hear him.
I did.
Well, that's just because I got here.
I heard the ding.
He sneaked his way in.
He didn't sneak past me.
Yeah.
My sentry sees all.
Damn it! I should have learned how to be a ninja around clearly the guy based off of Kenshin, and not the guy from Mortal Kombat.
How you doing, Brian?
Doing good. I got myself the pieces, and I also got back from sleeping after work.
Pieces?
Yeah, the pieces.
Pieces of...
The cheese pieces.
Oh, pizza. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were saying pieces, and I was confused.
I
Well,
knew you were talking about pizza.
I mean, technically, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, pieces of pizza, I guess. Either way.
Technically, you guys aren't wrong either.
Rebel06. Welcome. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Rebel no.
I've been known to do that because my speech impediment sucks. Hey, Reiko Master. Welcome.
Oh, message retracted.
What's the matter?
The message got retracted.
Oh, Does that happen on? Does that happen? Does YouTube do that, or do they do that?
I would have to guess that YouTube did that.
I need to fix my Photoshop too, because my Photoshop has this other really weird glitch. It only happens when I use the pen tablet. Like, I'll do a bunch of stuff, and then nothing. But then once I make a line and draw something, I can't do anything else unless I try shaking. Like, unless I scroll.
Huh.
Which, like, if I try making a line, like I can only make the next line or erase it or undo after I make a scroll. It's
That's
really
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it happened when I updated my computer to El Capitan. Wait, no, not to El Capitan. Like, what is it currently? Yosemite, I think. I probably should update it to El Capitan at some point. I don't know.
Okay, some reason everything Yoko says is immediately. I'm guessing he removes it because he said "oops" typo.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Core. Yeah, because what I had linked was just the developer update. They also, Kenji, they also uploaded like the actual like reveal trailer, and it's 2D animated. It's not even like 3D.
Well, to be fair, there's actually been
like,
a couple of 2D animations.
No, I know, but usually with a lot of them, they throw up like a 3D one, like in-game engine and everything, and it's like, nope, this one is all completely 2D animated, and I mean, that alone looks amazing. So that's where it's like, goddamn, it's like, I guess it kind of begs the question. I mean, it's like, why animate it in 2D versus animating it in 3D? I mean, it's like,
It's likely that there will be a 3D animation trailer because Arisa had both a 2D story animated trailer, which shows the OR-15s getting wrecked, and then she had a 3D in-engine trailer showing off her various capabilities.
Yeah. Because right now we don't have that 3D one that really shows off the abilities. We just have the 2D that just, gives us a little bit of the backstory, and then we've got the developer update. Yep.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like what they did with Sombra. Like, yeah, because I remember they gave like Sombra a brief little like 2D thing before they gave her like the full like 3D reveal, I think at BlizzCon, where we really got to see her in action.
Oh man, that was a intense video with her fucking with the Russian president or whatever that was.
It's still doing it. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's like, God, I love Sombra so much. That's like when they were doing the Overwatch event, like the anniversary event, which is where you're just fighting. Like, was it an Uprising? When you were fighting in Uprising with like all the characters available and not just Reinhardt, Torbjorn, Tracer, and Mercy.
Yeah.
Sombra was a fucking death machine because her EMP stuns robots.
Yeah, something tells me she would be, considering the fact that so many of those bigger robots would be fucked up, especially like all the Bastion and Orisa units at the end there.
Yeah, like, I know Ryan and I know we actually recorded some Uprising footage for SNG. I don't know if he's ever gotten around to editing or not, but I know we recorded footage of like the way you're supposed to play it with the 4 original characters. And then we did a couple of matches with all the characters, and I got to show off just how deadly Sombra was. So that's where it's like, when, it's like, I guess it's like, for me, it was just very uplifting just because it's like, you see, like, whenever I see people talk about, like, the characters, like, on, I guess, like, professional, like, on a professional stage and everything, Sombra's really not, someone they look very highly on and everything. So to see her actually be very effective in Uprising, that's where it's like, I hope to God this actually encouraged more people to actually try and utilize her.
Hopefully.
Anyway, real quickly, looking at a couple of the comments. Yes, Domingo, thank you very much, and you very much can do something like this if you really put your really put your effort into it, because it's something I always say about animation. It's never, I don't think it's ever hard. It is a little tedious, just not hard.
It's just time consuming, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for your question, Ryoko Master, which 2 fictional characters you can't believe share the same voice actor? One example of that would be like Satayama Robotnik and then Winnie the Pooh. Oh, like, you mean Jim Cummings?
Yeah, Jim Cummings is all over the place.
Yeah, Jim Cummings
he's
does
like
a lot. He
he's
does
like
a lot of stuff.
yeah, he's like the voice actor of voice acting.
I was gonna make a bad joke with his last name, but I won't.
Actually, I can answer that question real easily. You guys know Phil Lamar?
Yeah.
You know how he's also the voice. You know how he's initially known as the voice of Samurai Jack in Vamp from Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yeah.
You know who else he voiced? Bulby from Jimmy Neutron.
Who?
Bulby from Jimmy Neutron.
Who is Bulby?
You know the one Switzerland kid who's like slap 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 clap 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 slap
Oh,
slap.
you mean that little, you mean
Slap,
that little apple-shaped kid with the awful haircut?
Yes.
Wearing the fucking
Yeah.
sweater vest? How do I remember that? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't believe I remember that guy.
Because it's slap, slap, slap,
Yeah.
clap, clap,
Yeah,
clap.
yeah, BJ, that's Samurai Jack.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Phil Lamar, wasn't he
got-
involved in like Animaniacs or Pinky and the Brain or something? Wasn't he involved in that too?
I think he was. I mean, kind of like Jim Cummings. Phil Lamar also has quite the resume.
Okay.
I got one. Okay, since we were talking about Overwatch earlier, oh wait, who was it?
Oh, is it
Keith Ferguson
Reaper?
being blue? Yeah,
Yes, from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
that is so fucking.
Be careful who you make fun of in middle school.
Like what a voice difference! Like holy crap. Oh, there's some other funny ones. Hold on, I have to go through my Twitter to find them again because I can't remember them off the top of my head.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think too.
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
according to Ryoko here, apparently the voice actor of Gray Fox from Metal Gear also voiced Yakko Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I remember there was one that blew my mind.
Yeah, here, Dan.
Oh, okay, I remember who, because it's just how goddamn different these 2 characters are. And I think, Danny, you will be familiar with both of these characters, and you might actually know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But Josh is really big into both Overwatch and Final Fantasy 15, and he floored me with the realization that the villain of Final Fantasy 15, Aridin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arn.
he is voiced by the same guy who voices Reinhardt.
Really?
Yes!
I would not have put those 2 together.
I
Like,
did not
Isn't
either.
Reinhardt,
I was
isn't Reinhardt like the biggest sweetheart?
He's the biggest, nicest buff dude ever. He's like your nice old grandpa who happens to
Yeah.
also eat a shit ton of protein and wield a giant hammer.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you listen to like his voice, like listen to how he plays Reinhardt, where it's like, big gruff grandpa, but then listen to how he plays the villain in Final Fantasy 15, who's got like a very like charismatic
Sleaze.
type of like sleazy charismatic kind of voice. That's where it's like, god damn, I would not have put those 2 together.
No.
Actually, Danny, something that I kind of want to tell you, because you played Kingdom Hearts, right?
Oh hell yeah, I have.
Okay. You know Paul St. Peter, the guy who voices the nine-tailed fox in Naruto, the English dub.
Yeah.
He also voices Mr. Mansex.
Who?
Of course he does.
Zemnis.
Yeah, of course he
Okay.
fucking does. Oh yes, it's like
This guy
I'm it's like, off the top of my head, I mean, it's like, I know it's not technically the same thing, like, but I mean, there's been times where I've heard voice actors and like I could have sworn that it was somebody else, but it clearly wasn't. I know like when I first played Eternal Sonata, like you listen to Frederick's voice in Eternal Sonata. When I first played it, I could have sworn I thought that was Crispin Freeman because that's exactly the kind of role and like the kind of voice that Crispin Freeman is really known for. But nope, it's Patrick Seitz. So I was like, wait, Patrick Seitz, like, you know, the guy that plays Germany in Hetalia, the guy that plays Dio Brando in JoJo, he's pulling off a Crispin Freeman right now. What the fuck?
I mean, hey, to be fair, Crispin Freeman voices Winston in Overwatch.
Really?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
God damn. I didn't know that either.
You should see the video of all the Overwatch voice actors doing the dances of their characters for the anniversary event.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I
know.
Also,
Like, I know
real quickly, Dragon Core. It's Danny's name is spelled like this.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I was actually good.
Spelled differently, pronounced the same. Meh.
Yeah.
See, this is kind of why I like looking up voice actors whenever I'm watching anything, just to see what else they voice act in.
Right.
Because like, even Keith Ferguson, he also plays Marluxia in Kingdom Hearts as well.
Okay.
Marluxia, whatever, Alec. I don't know how to pronounce names.
Yeah.
I don't name good.
Yes, okay. Well, I mean, that's like, you know, again, now let's take like somebody like Matthew Mercer, for example. You know, of course, anyone that's played Overwatch, you know him as McCree. But Matthew Mercer also voiced Crom. He also voiced Captain Levi in Attack on Titan. He voices Jotaro Kujo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So it's like, the guy, he's definitely got some talent to him. But then it's yeah.
I've got a funny story for you about that last one.
Okay.
So he voices McCree and the guy you mentioned in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right?
Jotaro Kujo, yes.
Yeah. The guy who voices Jotaro Kujo in Japan also voices McCree in the Japanese dub of Overwatch.
What the fuck?
Well, at least they're consistent.
What shit is that?
Well, at least they're consistent.
What the hell?
What is the Japanese way of saying it's high noon?
I don't know, but I want to find out. Actually, I'm gonna look that up right now. I'm gonna look up.
How much do you want to bet that whenever Matthew Mercer shows up at conventions, like if he's ever on like a JoJo panel or something, somebody probably asks him, "Hey, can you say it's high noon but in the Jotaro voice?" Oh my god, that is freaking great.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have actors like fucking Johnny Young Bosch, where it's like, I don't care what the hell you voice, I can tell your voice a mile away. That's like, again, it's like going back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm sorry I keep going back to this, but that's my current anime obsession right now. But it's like he voices Jonathan Joestar in the English dub. Now, the thing that's interesting, at least for the first two parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, from what I've seen on clips, is they actually tried to stay accurate when it came to accents, because part one takes place in Victorian England. So, of course, they tried to do kind of like what they did with Italia, tried to make it a little bit more authentic by giving everybody English accents, which I can certainly appreciate. And they did this as well in part two. Sadly, they did not do this in part three, which is kind of a disappointment, especially when like one of your characters, like Polnareff, is from France and there's no French accent whatsoever. They just sound like your typical burly men voices. It's like, it's voice acted fine, but that's something I miss, but I digress. Johnny Young Bosch, even when he's giving himself an English accent, you can still tell it's him a mile away. I mean, it's the same thing with what's his name? Vic Mignogna. I can tell Vic Mignogna anywhere.
Vic Mignogna.
Like I can tell him anywhere. I can tell Todd Habercorn anywhere. They just have they have such a distinctive voice, and they end up using that voice on so many things that it's really. I don't know. I haven't really come across anything where they actually did a different type of voice, and it was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I think that's
it's kind of like this.
I think that's just a vocal cord thing, though, Danny. Like, I think for some people are able to hide it a little better. Others, like, no matter how hard they try, there's always going to be like remnants of their voice in whatever voice they make.
It's
But-
kind of like Panny's voice actor. Anything else I see her in, it always sounds like her, which kind of worked for when she did Danganronpa, but it still sounds like I'm hearing Panty all over again.
Yeah.
I have a similar thing with certain Tara Strong voices, because like anytime I hear the girl from Lollipop Chainsaw, all I hear is Twilight being vulgar.
Yeah, or if you've watched Drawn Together like me, and then you see Twilight Sparkle, and you're like, oh wait, all I hear is Princess Clara doing some racist shit in the background because that's her character.
Right. Well, that's like.
Actually,
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like. Yeah, well, I mean, that's like BJ. I know you've seen Full Metal Alchemist and Ouran High School Host Club. Again, with Vic Mignogna. It's like compare his voice performance as Edward Elric and then compare it to Tamaki. Tamaki sounds like Edward, but
Yeah,
gay.
like I was like when
So what-
when Lindsay and I were watching that, like I that was something that I caught immediately. I was sitting here like, is that Edward? That's just
It's like, yeah.
that's just blonde
Yeah,
rich kid
he-
Edward.
He was also in the Pokemon
Blonde,
movie
blonde.
as
Edward's already blonde.
what's the fucking little horse legendary? He played
Keldeo?
that. Yeah, he played that in the Pokemon movie, and I heard and I was like, yeah.
Edward, that's horse.
So
Yeah.
wait, so isn't Vic Mignogna also Crow from Ruby? It's like I would
yes,
not
he
actually.
is.
Yeah, he
I
is.
do not recognize him in that one because he sounds nothing like Edward to me.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
I forgot
you know,
Ruby started bringing in actual professional voice actors. Like, yeah, Vic Mignogna is in there. I know J. Michael Tatum is in there. I think he actually plays the servant of Weiss's servant. You know,
Klaus?
yeah, Klein or something. I think
Klein.
I think that's J. Michael Tatum doing the voice. I know Weiss's sister is a professional voice actor, but I don't remember her name. I sadly don't remember her name, but I know she's been in some shit.
To IMDb.
Yes. There's
I
also
just
some of
go
the fun.
behind the voice for all my shit.
So the voice actors from Rooster Teeth have become quite professional themselves, considering how well they've done their characters. I also love the fact that some of the voice actors are in both Red vs. Blue and Ruby, because there's some hilarious parallels between shared characters.
Like what? Like I haven't seen. I've seen
Okay.
up to. I think I've seen up to like season 7 or something of Red versus Blue.
Well,
Like
there's
that,
a
that was
character
that was definitely a show I didn't keep up with after a while.
I've noticed that with a lot of people I know, but there's a character that comes up later known as Agent Carolina. She is a powerful, red-haired, green-eyed badass who pretty much owns everyone around her. The voice actress for Carolina is also the voice actress for Pyrrha, who is a red-haired, green-eyed, complete badass who owns everyone around her.
Huh.
Yes.
But
Okay.
BJ, something that since we were on like voice actors who like voice other characters and such. I'm sure since we both seen Pokemon X and Y, please tell me you along with me were looking at Karina and going, Amy, what are you doing here?
You mean Serena?
Yeah, no, Corina,
Who is Corina?
the fighting gym leader, the one with the Lucario.
That was Amy?
That yes,
Oh fuck. Okay. All right.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
Lisa Ortiz.
I hear Amy's voice actor in a lot of other things. It's
Like, are
very
we talk-
easy to
oh,
pick
like-
up on her.
Yeah, that's like which voice are we talking?
4Kids.
Oh, so
More kids
Lisa.
in it.
So
Yeah,
Lisa.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lisa Ortiz.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lisa Ortiz. I can pick her up anywhere because she's got a very distinctive voice.
See,
Yeah,
I
a
didn't.
lot of
I
4Kids
really
voice
did-
actors are
I
coming back.
really did not. Oh, according to Ryoku Master, apparently, yeah. What's his face who voiced Edward and Edward? He also apparently voiced Broly in Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know Dragon Ball, so
Yeah.
You see, Broly's thing though, he's literally just like Kakura, like in this really deep Broly voice.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of 4Kids voice actors are being pulled right back up from their old job. So that's why a lot of them are being added in newer anime and stuff.
Okay.
Which congrats to them that they could have gotten out of that 4Kids rut, but at the same time a lot of them have not gotten better.
Right. But whatever. Let me see. Okay.
But yeah, Karina's voiced by Amy, BJ. She's a gym leader now.
I mean, she did a good job. So
Yeah, she did.
then again, I don't remember. I never made the correlation, so I guess either she had to have done a good job for me not to recognize her. Because Amy's voice is pretty distinct. I think it doesn't Amy like sound like Minnie Mouse now for some reason.
Yeah, she kind of does.
Or at least she did in like when her new actress first started. Now I know like because her performance in Sonic Boom is like top notch. So
Yeah.
that's probably her more experimenting.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow, damn. Okay, so just out of curiosity, like, I went on behind the voice actors, and it's like, again, I'm just out of curiosity. I again looked back onto JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, particularly Stardust Crusaders, because that's my favorite part right now. And my God, they got a really good cast of actors for the English dub. Like, we got Matthew Mercer, Richard Epcar, Patrick Seitz, Kyle Abair, Doug Airholtz. It's like Julianne Taylor, Barbara Goodson. It's like, God damn, we got some good people in this dub.
Lucky. It doesn't have to suffer the fate that Kobayashi-san suffered for the English dub.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, I think from what I think I shared this on Twitter. I saw a couple of days ago that they actually announced that Stardust Crusaders is going to be on Toonami, I think, at the end of the month. So that's where it's like, oh, hey, I can finally, catch English JoJo. Because goddamn, I can't find that anywhere. It's like, I've been watching JoJo on Hulu, but they only have it English subtitled. They don't have the dubs.
Still waiting for my One Punch Man season 2.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Or Panty and Stocking too. Waiting for it. There's been art drawn of it, and I don't know if it's official or not, but I'm gonna wait.
Didn't that end?
I'm waiting for
I'm a
her.
good girl. I'll wait 5 more years. I don't care.
Didn't that end with like Stocking becoming a demon and like killing Panty?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just wanted to end the anime in a way that actually ended it and not continue it like the manga. So I've been told a few times. Anyway, I'm mostly looking forward to Young Justice Season 3 because apparently that's in production right now. Also, Star Wars Rebels Season 4 is coming out this September, I think.
It's July 6th. What's July 6th?
It is July 6th.
Yeah,
That is just today.
Okay.
that's just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought it was June for a second. Whatever.
If it was
Oh,
still
no.
June, I would still be 27.
No, we're going back in time. No makers.
Oh no!
No.
I can't afford to do that. I don't want to be 17 again.
Dates really don't matter to me until August.
But then dates do matter because you're waiting for the date to become August.
True.
Well, yeah, I shut up.
These are the jokes, people.
This is the quality you come for.
Oh god! It just hit me that in a fucking how long? In a bit, like a month. I'm gonna be 19. Ugh.
Hey, Amanda, and on the 30th of this month, I'm gonna be 24.
Oh shit.
You youngsters complain about aging. Yeah, back in my day.
No. It's just I didn't think I'd get to here to be real.
I don't actually, knowing you as well as I do, I don't entirely blame you. Jeez.
Man, I can't believe I'm 19. I could have sworn I'd stick a fork in the power outlet at age 5.
I was like, oh, you youngins.
Yeah, you youngins, you're aging.
And no, that's like 2 months. Yeah, 2 months from now, I'm gonna be 32.
Damn.
So it's like I beat all you young spry chickens.
Well,
Well,
that's
you only beat
that's
me
not
by
old.
a short amount of time.
Danny, that's not old.
You know,
Compared to all you, it is.
Brian, you know what?
Daddy, I'm 28 now, so I'm not that far behind.
Brian, you know what? You say
Well,
that.
that's
Brian, you say that, and I keep thinking back to that early episode of Full House where Danny the dad was like making a big deal about his 30th birthday, and I remember first back watching, I was like, yeah, I guess 30 is like that old age, and I'm just sitting here like, wait, it really isn't actually.
Yeah, it's not really that fucking old at all.
Especially now with our lifespans.
It's like, yeah, I have 50 more years till I can really be old.
Yeah, Dragon Core. You kids and your fucking fidget spinners.
No fidget
Oh, I don't get the point of fidget spinners.
Yeah, my boyfriend's sister like got a fidget spinner and a fidget cube. They just kind of seem pointless. Like, okay, when I saw one, I was like, okay, you could just like spin it between like I thought when you have like your fingers on the circle in the middle, you could twist like twiddle with your fingers and shit and make it spin around. No, you literally just had to keep spinning it by like hitting the other, like one of the three like spinner things.
By flicking it.
It is not like a fidget tool at all. Like,
I've seen those little fidget cubes that look like basically dice, and those actually look like they're effective fidget items. I wouldn't mind one of those, but the fidget spinner does not look like it's all that fun. And then you got people doing fidget spinner tricks, and my brain is just going, they're just spinners. They're not even fidget items. They're just spinners. We used to have these things way back in the day. We called them Beyblades.
Yeah.
they're basically glorified Beyblades.
Meanwhile, I'm not waiting for the fidget spinner anime.
Hold on, guys. Gabriel Smelling. When is the new episode coming out? No clue. But I'd be patient on it because the last episode just came out, so it will be a little bit.
It literally like just came out a bit ago, so don't worry, guys. You can wait.
But yeah, actually, Danny, you know, it's funny. It's funny from our conversation from earlier, though, because like probably one of the only funny jokes from the original Naruto abridged, mainly because of just how more relevant it's becoming, is the one phrase where it's like, "Whoa, what are you doing calling people old man? What constitutes as old these days? I don't know. Anyone over 18?"
Yeah, right, go. It's like, back in my day, everyone did the Gangnam style and we took dog selfies.
Correction, thought selfies. Those are thought selfies, not dog selfies.
Oh no, there's a specific title. God, we really need to get with the times.
You know what, guys? Just wait. Just wait. At some point in the future. Back in my day, there were only over 800 Pokemon, and we liked it.
Oh god.
Just wait.
Jesus,
I don't think we'll ever get to that point. I think Gen 1ers are just gonna live on forever. It feels.
I don't know.
Yeah, people.
Eventually, the people who actually lived when it was only Gen 1 will die off.
Well, no, I've seen some really young kids start being Gen 1ers.
Oh, well, they're just being fucking posers what they're doing.
You're just being posers.
It's so unrealistic.
They're corrupting.
And, obviously, the best generation was Generation 2. So, you know, I don't know what these Gen 1ers are whining about.
I still like Generation 4.
What are we starting?
I'm Kenshi. I mean, I'd probably agree with you if it weren't for Gen 7.
Obviously, I'm joking because I really like Gen 5 too, but I like to be an anti-Gen 1er by saying that they don't know what they're talking about. Gen 2 is where it's at.
So rare to find a Gen 5er to be real, so you were a rarity.
Yeah, but
I liked Gen 5. I mean, it didn't have the most perfect Pokemon, but it was a massive step up from whatever the fuck Gen 4 fucking was. And I don't get how Gen 4 has any fucking
dude,
fans.
I will actually shoot you.
I mean, don't get me
Where did
wrong.
we start at?
Gen 4 had the remakes of the best generation, and that was good. But what the fuck is Sinnoh? What the fuck is Arceus?
Amazing. It's like a best
Why
mixture
are
of every area. The
32 dex entries dedicated. 32 dex entries, a good fifth or a fourth of the whole Pokedex in Sinnoh is dedicated to expanding Gen 1 Pokemon.
I love those fucking evolutions.
I mean, sure, some of them are good, but you could have broken it up just a little bit. You didn't have to front load half the generation with these things.
You know what, Kench? You don't even lie. You only hate Gen 4 because that was the gen with the least amount of new fire types.
Actually, no. You want to know what really pisses me off about Sinnoh?
What?
Arceus. Arceus pisses me off. Not because
okay, atheist.
I was just trying to. Come
waiting
on.
for it.
it's not even atheism. I like the pantheon idea that they had going with the other gens. You had all these legendaries sort of existing side by side, affecting their areas and the world together. And then you just brought in the god, the one that made everything god. Why? Who asked for that?
No, I just remember it's like, okay, so we got space and time, every human emotion. What do we do now? We go the next step further. We go for God. Nope, we got that too. Now the Game Freak. Fuck.
Brian, I was literally just thinking about that one.
Also, I also love how inaccurate that quote is. Like, we have every human emotion. We have 3. Human emotions cannot be broken down into a Triforce.
Says you.
Says common decency.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
think
hey.
they're classified as human emotion, though.
They
They're
are
classified as
actually.
something
They
else.
are classified as
No-
embodiments of human
knowledge,
emotion.
knowledge, willpower, and what was the other one? What was Masquerade again?
Fuck. No one cares about Mesprit.
Shit.
I'm going to look it up just to spite you on that one, Amanda. Mesprit psychic.
Yeah, it's like I never get. I never
Emotion Pokemon.
Well, yeah, which emotion?
I feel like,
yeah,
I feel like it has something to do with free will, but I forget exactly.
But yeah, Kenji, not even
Mesprit is a
kidding.
member of the Lake Guardian Trio.
But yeah, Kenji, not even kidding. If it weren't for Gen 7, I would agree with your statement that Gen 2 is the best, because I still thought it was.
Okay, apparently Mesprit literally is the emotion Pokemon. Like the other two are. Let me just check the other two because it literally is called the Bringer of Emotion. So let's see. Mesprit is the
Yeah.
bringer of willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally the Pokemon that brings emotion. That is stupid.
Actually, you know,
I
it's
think it's pretty cool, but that's just me.
Kenji, you know, it's funny that you say that, but at the same time, Gardevoir is also classified as the emotion Pokemon.
Yeah, but Gardevoir is classified as emotion Pokemon because it bonds with its trainer. It's also not a legendary that is the bringer of emotion.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, what makes this special from compared to the other one?
One of them is called the bringer of emotion for some reason. The other one is just an emotional wreck.
Yeah, the other one is the waifu Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like Gardevoir.
Yes.
Yeah, Gardevoir's probably got more appealing porn for people that swing that way.
And you know what? I'm fucking laughing.
Fuck you, I
because-
like Midna, I like the
No,
Guardian.
no. I'm laughing that you say that, Danny, because the Sun and Moon anime actually acknowledges the fact that that shit exists.
What? Wait, they acknowledge Pokemon?
Oh yeah, wasn't it with Meowth
Meowth?
having a fantasy
Yeah,
about
because
Loki,
Meowth
Glaceon?
accidentally saw underneath Mimikyu's rag, and he died. He had a near-death experience, and his form of heaven is just really is you know, Pokemon like Gardevoir, Glaceon, and Lopunny. You know, those
Well, I
specifically.
was happy they put Glaceon there
Yeah,
because I love
specifically
Glaceon.
those 3 Pokemon, these really like obviously otaku looking art styles.
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't even know people like Glaceon that much. 'Cause,
Oh, well-
like I would assume they would have put like a female Lucario.
No.
You know how fucking popular
Glaceon is
female
definitely one of
Lucario
them.
is.
Glaceon
I would
is
have gone with
definitely
I would have
up
actually gone with a Vaporeon.
No, Glaceon's better.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I like my thick.
there. Well, if you want thick, there's Flareon. Flareon thick.
That's
I mean, Flareon's the thick one.
No, Flareon is floof.
No,
Thick floof.
Flareon is a diet Typhlosion.
Flareon is just
No,
the best.
Flareon
I
is
don't care
a
what
diet
anyone says.
Entei.
Flareon is actually the best one. I don't care what anyone says.
I really like to argue with you, but I'm too busy hugging my shiny Umbreon to argue.
It's a fluffy fire
Why
type.
does everyone
right?
keep asking about Digimon?
I'm hugging my shiny.
Because we're talking about Pokemon.
Because Digimon is the shit, that's why.
Because the next episode of Death Battle is another Pokemon versus Digimon.
Yeah, and am I the only one who doesn't understand that one? It's Lucario versus Renamon, but like. But it's like they already did a death battle between Pokemon and Digimon in general, and concluded that Digimon is just better because Digimon Digivolutions are.
No, I know why they're doing it.
They give. I know why they're doing it, but it's obvious Renamon's gonna win.
Yeah.
This will kind of depend on actually something.
And just like everything else, Digimon kind of trumps
I'm going to say
Lucario.
that this is going to actually be different. The main reason is we found out that with a trainer and a tamer, Digimons are better. But if neither of them have the partner and we're going off raw stats, Renamon might lose because Renamon might not actually be able to Digivolve.
I doubt very highly that they're not going to let they're not going to.
Yeah, they're gonna let her Digivolve because I think Digimon can evolve on their own. It's just very circumstantial.
Certain can. Certain ones can. Yeah.
Actually, the other thing too to also keep in mind, the whole thing with like Greymon versus Charizard. Do keep in mind, Mega Evolving is actually what kind of screwed over Charizard because of I think it was War Greymon's like passive is like Dragon Slayer.
I guess that's true, but still, it's like in this something they brought up, and it is very accurate. Pokemon evolution only gives power in increments. Mega Evolution does give a huge burst of it, but it's not really as substantial as what Digimon do. Whenever a Digimon Digivolves, they get Dragon Ball Z levels of power boosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, we'll have to see if that matters in this one.
They're just gonna let Renamon win. I know it. I'm just calling it right here.
I'm going to assume that Mega Lucario is going to wipe the floor with Renamon because Renamon's not going to Digivolve because she doesn't have a tamer.
We don't.
I mean, if they let we've seen Mewtwo Mega evolve on its own, so we have to assume that might end up becoming a thing in this fight as well.
And adaptability is a pretty broken ability for Mega Lucario.
It really does just depends, but more than likely, because remember something else, they did bring up in the Mewtwo versus Shadow fight that Mewtwo is the only Pokemon that can Mega Evolve without a trainer. That said, that would mean that Lucario won't be able to Mega Evolve unless they bring in a trainer. And if they bring in a trainer for Lucario, they're no doubt going to bring in a tamer for Renamon.
Which, of course, will mean Riku showing up.
Rika.
Yeah, why'd you say Riku?
Because I hang out with Kingdom Hearts fans so much that name just stuck in my head.
I wonder what Sora's Digimon is.
Well, he already got Digimon. Yeah, like that was we had an entire game.
Dream Drop. Basically.
Yeah, we had an entire game where it's basically Kingdom Hearts meets Digimon. And it sucked.
Oh yeah, Super Butterbuns made a video on it yesterday, which was my first time seeing it actually.
Yeah, it's like I haven't played all the Kingdom Hearts games, but easily the one that I've liked the least was Dream Drop Distance.
When will the Superman and Goku debate end? Never.
Never.
No one will ever be happy.
That's not gonna end. But yeah, when we were watching the Dream Drop Distance video, Alec was just kind of realizing how much he liked the game but hated it at the same time, like massively. It was just two conflicting emotions all at once.
I think one of the issues that I had with Dream Drop Distance, and I know BJ has disagreed with me on it because he saw the game. I think when he was with Lindsay, he eventually saw the game in action and stuff.
No,
so it's I know
I've played Dream Drop Distance. I've beaten it.
Yeah, so it's I know BJ disagrees with me, but I don't know. To me, Dream Drop Distance, I think, was the point when I realized that just how convoluted and retconny the narrative of Kingdom Hearts has become. Because, I mean, there's, I get that it's supposed to be the game that's supposed to tie everything together and lead up to Kingdom Hearts 3. I get that. But it's when they start throwing in all these references and everything, it's it ultimately it amounted to fucking nothing. And it's two, one of my biggest things that I'm curious to see what they're doing with Kingdom Hearts 3. To give Dream Drop Distance some praise, I did like what they did with Riku. You know, I did feel like they finally brought his character full circle. You know, he's finally out of the darkness. He's finally become his own character and everything. And I really like what they've been doing with Riku. So I can't wait to see what they do with Riku in Kingdom Hearts 3. That being said, I kind of get the impression that it's like, okay, if you took Riku out of that role, then it's like, oh, but they still want to play around with that idea. Oh, I know, let's throw Sora into the mix. It's like, wait a minute. It's like, why is all this shit happening now with Sora? I mean, you're talking about a character that has gone through so much shit, has willingly had his heart stolen, got a nobody, merged back with the nobody and everything. I mean, it's like he had all of this shit happen to him, but it made him stronger in the end and everything, which was great. But now you're telling, now we have problems? It's like, what the fuck? Like, I kind of get the impression that it's like, okay, you took Riku out of that role, but if you throw Sora into there, you're not going to end up with the same result because you're talking about a completely different character here.
See, I feel like I should put my headphones on Alec right now, sweet, because he's the one who's actually played the game instead of me.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I don't know. I don't know. BJ, I know, is disagreeing on it and thing, but it's like, I don't know. To me, that was the impression that I. And that's why I'm just like, oh God, where do you? At first, it's like on one hand, I'm like, I can't wait to see what happens to Riku in Kingdom Hearts 3. On the other hand, it's like, oh God, what are you gonna do to Sora in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, I feel that it always feels like actual, like, true-hearted, like, fans also, like, always are like, yeah, we like the games, but holy shit, is the plot fucking confusing and random as shit.
Am I the only one who doesn't get lost by it?
I swear, like every big fan that criticizes the shit out of it, they love the game, but holy shit, they are so just like pissed off at the plot sometimes.
I think BJ just accepts all the bullshit that it throws at us because make no mistake, there's a fair amount of bullshit.
BJ, do you follow the Transformers movie too and actually understand what the fuck's going on at the time? Because it sounds like you somehow understand all the crazy shit.
What does Transformers 2 have to do with Kingdom Hearts?
I'm just saying, it sounds like if BJ could understand what's going on in Kingdom Hearts, he could understand what the fuck is going on in Transformers.
Okay, you know what? Ask me, what don't you understand? And then I'll do my best to explain it.
I know Super Butterbuns actually brought this up. Like, I know there was a point that, hell, I didn't even pick up on it until she brought it up, and it's like, oh shit, you're right. And it's like Aqua's reaction to the whole news about, like, Ventus and Terra and everything, like I'm trying to remember how she worded it exactly, but this was when she brought this up. She's like, yeah, this is where I'm getting the impression that Nomura, he's just making this shit up as he goes. Continuity be damned. And it had something to do with like when you play Birth by Sleep, like when you fulfill all the requirements and you get the extra ending. So you have the scene where she's in the darkness and she actually meets up with Ansem the Wise from Kingdom Hearts 2, who wound up there as well. And he starts talking about, how there is somebody that can help them, clearly meaning Sora. And the first people that she's actually asked about and everything is Ventus and Terra. And that's where he's like, no, it's somebody else. So it's like, okay, clearly this is all hinting towards, what's going on with Sora. But then I don't remember where this was. Maybe this was with the recent thing or something that they did with Aqua in the one of their recent things that they did. Like for whatever reason, it kind of looked like, she already knew about Sora and everything prior to that event. But it's like, wait a minute.
When did she have time to?
Yeah, doesn't that contradict, what happened? It's like, it gave the impression like, oh, she already knew that Sora was the key and everything prior to her meeting Ansem the Wise. So when Ansem started talking about that, it's like, well, then why wasn't Sora the first person on her mind? Why did she say, Ventus and Terra first? So it's like, yeah, that's kind of a bit of a contradiction there, buddy. I mean, I'll try and find that video and I'll link it.
I may have to actually see,
Super Butterbuns makes the best fucking videos in the world.
I may have to actually take a look at it myself because Because you know what, something I totally forgot myself. I don't know how. I haven't actually finished the entirety of Birth by Sleep yet. Lindsay and I started it. I've seen the entirety of Terra's story, and I've seen halfway through Vent's story. I haven't seen Aqua's story at all.
Right.
So I need to watch that myself just to see if I can get a better understanding of what's actually going on, as opposed to you just telling me.
Right.
But
Well, hey, we can always wait for Some Call Me Johnny.
Right.
True.
Yeah. That being said, it's like, because Super Butterbuns, she said, even she's like, she's a big Kingdom Hearts fan. Like, this is probably her favorite video game series. But even she's had to admit that it's like, where it's going nowadays. It's like, yeah, it really does feel like Nomura's just making shit up as he goes. It's like he's going game to game. And one of the things that I know really irks me about what he's been doing is the fact that he's making every single Kingdom Hearts thing, like even like side games that have nothing to do with the overall narrative whatsoever.
Completely canon.
It's all canon now. So it's like, Jesus Christ, as if this wasn't confusing enough as is.
Maybe you should just get good.
It's not about getting good. It's just holy shit. After Alec explained to me with oh god, what are they? The fucking what are the villains in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Organization 13.
Yeah, after he explained that shit with the organization, I was just like, holy fucking crap.
What was that?
The organization that is supposed to be about, yes, we want to find Kingdom Hearts so that we can be whole again and everything. Yeah, no, what's going on?
Well, that was admitted to be a lie, though.
It's like that's not going on, let alone, that's temporary. It's like, yeah, you lose your heart and everything, temporary, doesn't matter, you still come back. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, like it was established, though, Xemnas lied to them. Like, the whole point of Xemnas' whole ultimate motive for the organization is for a bunch of vessels for Xehanort.
Yeah, and every fan I find thinks that's absolute bullshit.
Why?
I would have Alec explain it a little bit better, but he's kind of playing games right now.
Well, Xehanort, just besides being a twisted motherfucker,
Xehanort,
his whole motive, he wants to keep on living. He never wants to stop. He's an old motherfucker. He took Terra's body, got away with that one. Able to live a little longer.
Do you hold on? Because you found it bullshit, right? Is that what you were saying?
But I don't know. It's been a while because I was able to piece.
Do you just want to put on my headphones?
That's fine. Hello.
Yeah.
I was able to piece the whole when Dream Job came out. I was like, as soon as I got to the plot twist, I was pissed for a year.
Why?
And then because it broke everything, but then I got to a point where I was in so much denial that I pieced everything in the plot together, and I sounded like a crazy person.
Okay, hang on. I found the video. I'm gonna get it to the point where she gets into what I was talking about, and then I'll link it for you, PJ.
What is the stream becoming?
The stream is becoming watch a bunch of idiots ramble.
Yeah. Story time!
As I listen in the back.
I've ranted about Kingdom Hearts for half my life.
That's sad.
But made theories about it with a past friend for fucking hours.
He's no longer my friend.
Yeah. Kind of a shitty acquaintance now, but
he kept sipping Sora and Riku, and I couldn't deal with that, right?
I wouldn't be surprised, but
I was joking. Okay.
He is gay.
That doesn't say much. Being
Well,
gay
are
doesn't
all
mean
Kingdom Hearts friends? I mean, friends, fans, but yeah, the plot hurts my head. The worst part about it is that I actually could piece it together after a while, after replaying the games 10 million times.
Am I just the only person on this fucking planet, aside from my ex-girlfriend, who was completely able to understand the plot first time around?
Yes,
I
probably because
understood
you
it.
didn't understand the plot, but you
Okay.
assumed you understood the plot.
Okay, there you go. I just linked it in the chat. That video that I was talking about, where she goes into some details about, like, you know, what was previously established in Birth by Sleep, and it's now been contradicted in 0.2.
Great. I haven't even played that yet. I don't want to.
I'll watch it later when I'm not streaming.
Tune into SNG when we start our Kingdom Hearts marathon.
I mean, my Josh, which you might remember, VJ. He's a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and even he admits that Kingdom Hearts is a little hard to understand after a while.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun as it is. He's trying.
good.
BJ, I'm going to have to tell you something. You don't understand what you think you understand. You think you understand. You have this sense
What
of.
kind of
You have
fucking
this.
logic is that?
You
think
you think you know what you're talking about, but the truth is you have no clue what you're talking about. But you don't want to admit that you don't know what you're talking about because you feel like it makes you superior to understand the thing that you don't understand.
Getting good.
It's all in your head, BJ.
Getting-
It's all in your head.
There is no
good-
getting.
You
There is
think
no
you know
getting
what you really
good
don't.
at understanding Kingdom Hearts. There is
kind of
just
logic is
not
that?
understanding Kingdom Hearts. You think you know, but the reality is you simply don't.
I'm sorry, BJ, but I think Kenchi's saying your life is a lie.
Everything you know is a goddamn lie.
What you think you know? Stop it. You don't.
You don't know what you think you know. You only think you know the things that you don't actually know.
Then, like, okay, so what the, like, are they all immortal or something? Because if they all had hearts the whole entire time, was Sora just killing people that just don't die? I don't understand.
It's not a legit heart. It's a metaphorical heart.
No. It was a legit heart. The thing is,
Oh, it was?
you know, with the nobodies, yes, they're vessels whose hearts get torn from them. The thing is, though, because they are still cognate beings, they can grow. They can metaphorically gain new ones. Because
See,
that's just how interaction and friendships work.
Well, no.
But
It's just
how
like,
do you not get that this is hard to understand? Like,
Okay,
that
no,
alone sounds so convolutedly stupid.
How is it
My problem
convoluted?
is-
It's no different than it's no different than
How does
no
something
different than-
live without a heart? That you're saying these things have these things can survive having the heart torn out, and yet then regrow a new metaphorical heart?
because
Like,
I
how
see
is
it more
that
as their
not
soul,
convoluted and stupid.
but
Like, you can't survive having your heart torn out. Your physical body would cease to function. So
Well,
the
like-
heart that is torn out cannot be the literal heart, because that would mean they are fucking zombies.
Wait, Kenchi. They bring that goddamn shit up. They establish that nobodies who are newly nobodies, yeah, they're shut down for a little while, you know, until they begin interacting.
No, but here's the thing.
happened
If
to
they're
Roxas?
no, you don't realize how stupid that sounds, BJ. If they shut down, they shouldn't be able to interact because they're shut down. The term "shut down" means not functioning, meaning not moving, not interacting, nothing.
What is this strange?
okay. So how I saw it was when Sora was killing their nobody forms, their soul was going back to their like original bodies and they were becoming them again. But then they're like, no, we were fine. Like they had hearts the whole time. Blah,
Which
blah, blah, blah.
again,
I was
if
just
these
like,
things
what?
if these forms had their physical heart removed, they would not function. And I don't just mean like they would stop having upper brain functions. I mean literally their bodies would shut down. Your physical body cannot exist without a fucking heart.
Okay, wait, Kenshi. Now you're getting less into the actual plot and more into just the mechanics of everything that was explained.
But the thing is, you said they're tearing out their physical heart.
What the
Wait,
fuck
no,
are
wait,
Roxas and
no, I
Xion?
never said their physical heart.
You said who else heard him say they take out the physical heart and grow a metaphorical heart?
I said.
Yeah.
I said
what
metaphorically.
you said.
I said metaphorically grow a heart.
But You said that they have their hearts physically removed.
Okay.
Their physical heart is
Let me
removed.
explain how the goddamn heartless and nobody fucking works.
Because as far as it sounds like you mean
Explain it
soul.
this way. Yeah, I thought it was like supposed to be the soul.
A goddamn nobody is the husk of what remains after a person's metaphorical heart, which is what the hearts in the entirety of Kingdom Hearts says are removed from their body. All that's left is a husk. But the thing about nobodies is they can only become nobodies if the heart was strong enough in the first place.
So what happens if it wasn't?
They just fucking vanish.
Well, morbid.
Okay, so what the fuck are Shion and Roxas?
Okay, Roxas is Sora's nobody, who is technically Ven's nobody, because when Ven went to sleep, he put his heart into Sora, so when Sora became a heartless, it was actually Ven who became the nobody, which is why Sora.
Oh my god!
Which is why Sora was able to turn back to normal so easily because he still technically had his heart there.
It's like,
it's like, do you see how I mean about how batshit lunacy this narrative has become? It's like because they keep throwing all these side games.
Okay.
I understood this until they
Shion,
were said to have hearts the whole time.
Shion is the same thing as what Replica Riku was from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. She may as well be a goddamn robot.
This is just Mega Man. They never die. They just keep coming back.
But BJ, how do you not realize how ridiculous that all sounds?
I'm not saying
You're
it's
saying
not ridiculous. I'm saying it make. I'm not saying it
the
isn't
fact
ridiculous.
that you understand it is saying that you don't find it ridiculous.
I'm not saying it isn't ridiculous, but I'm just saying I get it though. I understand.
Yeah, he understands it.
That's not physically possible. It is not physically or metaphorically possible to understand Kingdom Hearts without having PhD in chaos theory.
Wait, Kenshi, you can physically understand plots?
Yes.
It's like I understand it, but I hate it.
I mean, if BJ can understand Kingdom Hearts, you have to be able to physically understand plots at that point. Because trying to understand Kingdom Hearts is like trying to look at the Gordian knot and actually figuring it out.
I just didn't know we could physically touch plots.
I mean, what do you think porn's all about?
That has a plot?
Yes.
So, okay, like,
yes,
my
Kenshi, I too watch anime for its plot.
Yes, Nocturne. Xeon is basically an artificial being, aka a goddamn. She's not technically a robot, but she may as well be one.
She's a Reploid.
No. That would make more sense.
Why do nobodies fine?
What?
Okay, like, my biggest problem is, like, I feel like this plot change took away the weight of everything that happened in the past. It's like, oh, Axel fucking killed himself for Sora, but that means nothing, because he's back. And oh, he has a Keyblade now! Why the fuck does everyone have a Keyblade now?
I guess now the question becomes, I guess because it was self-sacrifice, that's what allows him to have a Keyblade as opposed to the other organization, 13 members, with the exception, I think, of like 2 people that have now come back to life.
No, dude.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Okay.
But Axel, yeah, let's bring him back because he's so goddamn popular.
Let me explain the goddamn Keyblades. Keyblades are sentient weapons. They choose who the fuck they want them to be wielded by, whatever the fuck the term is. And
it's like you can't even get the goddamn term right. It's like how can I believe that you understand this plot when you can't even get the terms right?
I am dyslexic as fuck, Danny. Leave me alone. Because the Keyblades are sentient, that means the Keyblades also have alliances. There are good Keyblades. There are also evil Keyblades. That's why Xehanort has one, because his Keyblade is evil as fuck.
But my question is, outside of the fact that, Axel's just really popular with the fans, why give him the Keyblade, but not give the other organization people Keyblades who have come back from the dead just like Axel?
Because Axel was actually being trained for it. When the other members came back, they didn't want anything else to do with this fucking mess. They wanted to go back to their lives. Axel was the only one that actually wanted to continue helping.
Sure.
Actually, there's something I do want to mention though. I love Axel's reaction to when he finally does get one because like,
Oh.
I want to get a Keyblade, like, and then suddenly it appears in his hand. Oh.
Yeah, so I just haven't been able to get the flick of the wrist right. Oh, I was like, I can't even explain my reaction when that fucking happened. I couldn't tell if I was excited or fucking pissed. I was just so confused.
You were
a little bit more. Well, I can tell you, I was a little bit more on the piss side, just because I've seen this happen in games where it's like, they bring back fan favorite characters from the dead, and it just completely ruins their final moments and everything. I was like, yeah, Axel, I get is a popular fan character and everything, but look at, when he sacrificed himself, to save Sora because of his buddy Roxas and everything. It was a very powerful moment, but now it's like, oh, I guess that means fucking nothing now, so much for that sacrifice.
Okay, Danny.
Look,
Danny.
BJ, shut up. I'm not done. Look at, yeah, that's like, look at what happened with Shadow the Hedgehog. Noble sacrifice at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, but it became such a huge fan favorite that they're like, okay, let's bring him back, but oh shit, how do we do that? How do we bring him back from the dead and everything? Oh, he survived, but what can we do? He has amnesia now, and we had to put up with that bullshit for years and everything before that was eventually put the rest in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Danny, I'm going to stop you right there because there's one major thing that you're completely missing that nullifies your entire argument. Axel didn't actually fucking die. It's one thing if he died in the game and then was planned to be brought but then was suddenly brought back in a different game. It's another thing if they never planned on killing him off at all, because
he fucking disappeared at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 and was
bombed.
never heard since.
Wait, in the end of what game?
Kingdom Hearts 2. Remember, that was when he sacrificed himself in Kingdom Hearts 2. The next time we saw him was that 350 fuck games, which was a goddamn prequel. We hadn't heard from the guy since. Until Dream Drop Distance.
Am I the only one who thought his sacrifice was fucking retarded and extremely forced, though? Because it was like, oh my god, a few, like, what are those Heartless called?
Wait, hold on, Danny. Danny, hold on. Okay, I remember what you're talking about. At the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, that's when his supposed death happened. You forget, Sora killed every single fucking organization member. What happened to all of them, too? Same goddamn thing. What's the difference?
A lot of them came back. That's my point. Why are they bringing... And again, it's like, why give Axel the fucking Keyblade other than the fact that, oh, he's a popular fan character, let's bring him back because fan service.
That's not the reason, though. He's one of the 7.
Bullshit.
That's just
they made him one of the...
It's like, oh yeah, we want to bring
They made him one of the 7 because he's popular with the fans.
And pretty much, yeah.
You're not going to win an argument here because you're just, by definition, wrong.
I just think his sacrifice was really dumb.
I need to bring fucking Lindsay in here. God damn it.
They could have.
She'd be able to explain this way fucking better than I could.
I don't think anybody could explain this. I'm listening to you two, and I'm like, BJ, I don't know how you get off thinking you comprehend what happened. I am thoroughly convinced that you, in fact, do not know what happened. You're just convinced you do know, and are too bloated of an ego to realize, no, there's no understanding this. Because Jesus Christ, my head hurts. My head physically hurts.
You can understand it. You just have to force yourself to think, to understand it. Because I have. The problem is it's stupid.
BJ, I'm sorry to say, but it is not the Kingdom Hearts in which you remember. Castle of Levity.
I think he understands it. It's just still so stupid, enforced plot that it's it's really bad that we accept this at all because it's awful. And it's like, why did Axel even blow himself up? There were barely any enemies there. He has the best AoE damage in the game. Him and Sora could have taken that shit like nothing, but he's like, I'm just gonna blow myself up because there are 20 enemies around us. I was like, why? And he was like, watch this, and he blew himself up.
My whole thing is that I understand that Axel is a popular character, duh. But if their only intention was just to bring back Axel because of popularity, why would they bother bringing back all the other organization members too?
Maybe they're hoping that they'll be more popular.
He's gonna find a bullshit way to fit them all into the plot.
You know,
Yeah,
you know why you guys are so confused? Because Xehanort lied. That's why you guys are so fucking confused about everything.
BJ,
about why
Kingdom Hearts, so I can't be
everyone who becomes a nobody just after time turns back to normal. That's because Xehanort lied about that motherfucking shit. That's why you guys are so goddamn confused.
BJ, can't you just admit that Tetsuya Nomura is a shitty writer?
BJ, I've never played Kingdom Hearts. I'm literally listening to you trying to explain all this, and you suck. You suck.
So
It's a shit story. All I'm hearing here is a confusing, convoluted mess of people being brought back because they're popular, but not because they're part of some big seven. Why do they bring everyone else back? Easy, because they want everybody else to be as popular. They want to make sure that everybody, so they can sell more figures, so they can sell more merch, because they want them all to be popular like Axel, not realizing why Axel was popular. So they're just going to bring them all back, because that makes sense.
Oh no,
it's not a blatant. It's not blatant fan service if we bring them all back, even though the whole reason is to bring Axel back.
Well, Kenshi, this is another thing that bugged me when I was playing Dream Drop Distance and everything. That's where it's like, it's like, okay, you want to play off the angle of Axel coming back because he made the noble sacrifice. I mean, it's a fucking bullshit. It's a fucking stretch. But you know what? I think at the end of the day, I could be a little bit more lenient towards that and everything, because it's like, okay, because, he made the noble sacrifice, he's good, so he's allowed to live. But it's like when you bring back
Shion and Roxas.
But when you bring back the other organization members, like I said, with the exception of I think it was Zigbar and Sykes, they're the only two that haven't come back because they're actually still part of like this freaking 21 Darkness thing or something that Xehanort's doing. There was Xehanort, so that's why they're not back. But it's like I know they're not back. I know Marluxia is not back. I know Token Chick isn't back. And then I know Chibi Gun Adult isn't back. I know. No, Chibi Gun Adult did come back. He's back to being useless fucking Chibi. That being said, it's like, my question is like, okay, why bring back the other organization members? That kind of annoyed me because it just gave me the impression that it's like everything that we had known about the organization members and everything in Kingdom Hearts 2 pretty much meant goddamn nothing. So it's like, oh, you lost your heart? Just wait a couple of months. You'll come back.
I think.
So it's like, what's the fucking hurry? What was the urgency?
It's like, we know the point. It's because he wants to make everybody Xehanort, and that's my problem. I'm like, we don't need everybody to be Xehanort. We have like 5 right now. Like
that's not the. It doesn't matter what we want. Xehanort wants everybody to be Xehanort.
But you're still buying into this shit, BJ. You seem to think you understand it. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't.
What is so convoluted about understanding that there's just this old fucked up guy that just wants to be inside of everybody? Is that too hard to understand?
Because that's not the part you got to at the beginning. You got to all this talking about physical and metaphorical hearts, people having their hearts removed and then interacting with people, even though they're shut down, which would mean they couldn't interact with people, because that's not how shutting down works.
Chill for one thing. The concept of the Heartless was brought up in the very first goddamn game, obviously. And we know that was a thing in the very beginning of the game because of goddamn Ansem. Fake Ansem. Xehanort, technically, but regardless of such, he was a Heartless. And they were able to interact with that motherfucker. That was something established in the very, very start of the series.
But apparently they shut down.
Because like,
are you essentially saying that Xehanort was Mario before Mario Odyssey came out?
Yes. And you know what? I wish I could find it again. There was a picture that I saw of where it showed the scene where Xehanort took over Terra's body, but then he turns around and he's wearing the goddamn Mario hat and mustache.
That's fitting.
I retweeted that.
Like, I understand it's like there's a human form and then Heartless are pretty much their edgy, stripped darkness form, and then nobodies are just like part of their soul stripped away.
It's the angsty
Pretty much.
form.
Yeah, or it's
this
just
series just
the
seems to be-
sad form.
This series seems to be, let's see how many ways we can do angst, because that's what I get from half of this.
No, it's just how can we make a bunch of different forms of the same character so we don't have to make new characters? I don't know,
so
because
apparently
like
the Sonic Sprite community.
Because like I actually really liked the concept like of normal and then like the Heartless form and then nobody form. It was Dream Drop that made me like, okay, what? Like, because like I kind of liked that, even though it was really depressing because Roxas and Shion are just fucking nothing. But like, I don't know, because when we got to see all of their like the organization human forms and Birth by Sleep and stuff, I fucking loved that so much. And then like I don't know, it just Dream Drop made that all really weird to go back to afterwards.
Why?
No, they foreshadowed Axel the Keyblade because he was playing with the wooden Keyblade. I didn't fucking notice that till the other day and I shit myself. But still, I don't know. I really don't like the plot twist at all. I just don't. I mean, it kind of makes me more sad for organization because they're literally just they're gonna stay nobody, or just they're all gonna be fucking Xehanort. Why does everybody have to be Xehanort?
Because Xehanort wants everybody to be Xehanort. Is that too hard to fucking understand?
So he can make a big old key. It's like, okay.
Xehanort has two goddamn motives. He wants the Keyblade, which may I know. Okay, this is one thing I will admit is goddamn confusing. Keyblade spelled X-Blade. I don't know why it's called that. They could have just called it the goddamn X-Blade, but for some reason it's called the Keyblade, even though we already have the Keyblade.
It's the X-Blade.
It's because Nomura's trying to be fucking edgy.
I don't know why they called it that. I even remember asking Lindsay that question, and she was just like, I don't know. She couldn't even give me an answer.
I can answer your question easy. The X makes it sound cool.
Yeah, that's it. It's literally it. He's stuck in the 90s where X was put in
Some
everything.
goddamn
Like,
weird
Kingdom
English
Hearts
bullshit.
Extreme.
Regardless, he wants that all-powerful blade, and he wants an army of nothing but himself. That's what he wants. He wants to rule the goddamn universe with a powerful blade and an army of only himself. Because who better get the job done than yourself?
He's such an asshole. It's just like, okay, to make this Keyblade, we need 13 of me and just 7 of those good guys.
To make this goddamn Keyblade, what do I need? I need to take a young boy, torture him for most of his life, rip the darkness out of him, torture that darkness some more, and while letting the original boy that I tortured have a good life, and then make them fucking fuse at some point to create this random ass weapon.
He's so horrible. He's like, okay, let's torture
Well, gee, it's
little
almost
boy.
like he's the villain.
Let's manipulate this good old guy to killing his own fucking dad figure, basically. And then have another version of me torture 2 innocent children and a whole bunch of other good old dudes and a bitchy-ass girl. And then just, holy fuck, he's the worst villain ever. He's so fucking evil. Why? And then you get Mr. Time-Traveling Keyblade piece of shit. Why does he even need the Kai Blade or whatever? He has the coolest fucking Keyblade in the series. He hits like a fucking train. Goddamn, he has like 5 OP forms of himself, especially the guy with the goddamn fucking, young Xehanort. He's bullshit in Birth by Sleep. Like, you don't need this fucking... It's like you can already teleport and go to every goddamn world. The big, like, whoop-de-doo about this X-Blade is that, like, it opens the door to every world. Keyblades already do that. Why?
His whole thing is that Keyblades do that one at a time. He wants a blade that can do it all at once, which is also a reason
he
why
wants to send himself to... Dude, that's gonna be the plot. He's gonna get it,
So he's basically trying to do time compression from Final Fantasy VIII, which was a stupid fucking idea in the first place.
His whole thing is that he's trying to make as many vessels of himself as possible, so that way when he gets the Keyblade and opens the door to every single world all at once, all those vessels can go across the goddamn universe, and get everything done fucking faster.
Dude, the whole plot of Kingdom Hearts 3 is he's gonna get that blade at the beginning of the game, and every world you go to, he's gonna be the boss of.
That'd be kind of
all
boring,
13 worlds.
That'd be really boring, actually. Come on.
Meanwhile, you have some people who just join the conversation. It's like, yo, I just play the games to go to Disney World.
Same, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I love Kingdom Hearts, don't get me wrong. The plot makes me want to... It makes me wish I didn't like the game. It makes me wish I didn't love Kingdom Hearts so much. Because, like, I love Kingdom Hearts so much, but, like, the older I get, I'm like, why do I still love this? It's so fucking stupid.
Because you get to go to Disney World.
I hate the Disney Worlds, actually. Like, the older I've gotten and, like, the more games I've played, they're so poorly done. They're so fucking awkward and empty and... linear. It's just like
okay. Well, that's just a gameplay thing, though. That's just a design thing that that is one of my biggest gripes about Kingdom Hearts. The fact that all the worlds are so fucking barren.
Yeah. Especially in Dream Drop.
That's not a plot thing. That's just a general design gripe.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, that world, like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's like the biggest offender. That is the biggest offender.
That I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, it's like, I'm kind of like you, man, where it's like, I do enjoy the Kingdom Hearts series. I mean, in my opinion, I think that's pretty much the one series Square Enix has left that hasn't totally pissed me off. Because I really hate what's happened to Final Fantasy. It's like, I love the old school Final Fantasies and everything, and I don't know what the fuck happened when you left the PlayStation 2 era. But yeah, Final Fantasy has just been nowhere near as good as they used to be. And they've just been plagued with so many problems, like just even developing the games. They've run into so many problems. I mean, look what happened to Final Fantasy 15. They wasted 10 years working on it, scrapping it, working on it again, to the point where they had to cut out content, like important content, in order to get the game out faster. Yeah. And now they're shipping out all that content in DLC.
Yeah, they're still updating it.
That's where it's like, I really, really hope that they don't do something like that with Kingdom Hearts 3, because I don't know about you guys, but it's like, I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 way longer than fucking Final Fantasy 15. It's like, to give you context, it's like, 15 took 10 years of development. Kingdom Hearts 3, people have been begging for more than that.
Since I was in middle school.
It's like... I was in high school. Dude, I was in high school when Kingdom Hearts started and everything. And I graduated college in... Oh, God, when did I graduate college? 2008? So it's like, I've been out of college for almost 10 years, and I'm just now getting Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, but...
So that's like, that's how old I am, motherfuckers.
I think the Hunchback of Notre Dame world is when it really hit me how poorly done the Disney worlds have always been. Because, like, it didn't bother me when I was younger, because I was just so excited that it was even a thing. But it's like you watch Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that place is populated as fuck. And then you get there in the game, and it's like an empty room. It's like a big empty room.
It's all supposed to take place during, the Festival of Fools and everything. And there's not one goddamn person. It's like, at least in some of the previous games, while yes, they are empty, you can at least still see a stray Disney character. I mean, it's like Kingdom Hearts 2, look at like Mulan. It's like, you don't see the whole army and everything, but at least, you got the main guys, like, the main groupies, and they still made their presence known. Lion King, you still... Yeah, it's like Lion King. It was like, you still got like Timon and Pumbaa and everything. I mean, some of the other characters still make themselves known, but it's like, you get to Hunchback and it's like, okay, where's Phoebus? Where's Esmeralda? Where's the goat? Where is everybody?
It felt like Anne Orlando with no knights.
You say Mulan, and I just laugh because I just remember how they try to recreate that scene with the Huns, like running down the mountain. But it's like it's just It's just fucking what's his face with the goddamn like rubber ducky battalion behind him.
Yeah.
That part is so awkward, and the part where it's trying to recreate like the kind of the end of the movie, like Mulan's fucking hair fucks up, and it just like is flowing, like she's just standing there and her hair. I don't remember exactly what it did, but me and my friend just fucking died at it because her hair just like twisted backwards while she was standing there, and it was like the voice acting is very delayed and awkward and just. I honestly feel like they should have just dropped the Disney gimmick after the first game. I know it sounds stupid, but like it only really made sense in that game, it felt. But like it seems pointless in all the other games. You're just
because
going there.
What would be the point? What would say you don't have to take over then? There'd be no fucking world for him to do.
Final Fantasy Worlds or something, like something else, because like they just can't do Disney Worlds.
I feel like that would get repetitive very quickly. Is the thing.
You mean like reusing the same worlds?
Well, that's actually something like, see, I really like the idea of using the Disney worlds and everything. I mean, yeah, they could easily more, but I definitely still enjoy the Disney worlds and stuff. I love that aspect. So one of the reasons why I actually loved Birth by Sleep so much, because it's like Birth by Sleep, it's like my top 3 games in the series: Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep. And one of the reasons I love Birth by Sleep so much was because of all the Disney worlds. It was like, we actually got to go back to the classic worlds and stuff. So, we got to go to Snow White. We got to go to Cinderella. And it was like, I know BJ with the Lilo and Stitch. I remember back when I was actually playing Birth BJ's like, okay, when you get to the Lilo and Stitch world, we are going on a Skype call. You are putting that volume on max, so I can at least hear the Lilo and Stitch world.
Oh yeah, when I got the 1.5, 2.5 PS4 version of the remixes, like when Lindsay and I were playing Birth by Sleep, like we would typically take turns on who was playing, but like whenever we got to the Stitch world, I commandeered it the entire time. And Lindsay did not argue because she knows how much I love Lilo and Stitch. So
yeah, but it's like
my favorite.
But it's like like one of the things I really loved about at least the original Kingdom Hearts was like, the Disney worlds. That I did like going into the Disney worlds, but they did have an overall presence in the story. What with the Princesses of Heart and everything. But then it's like
actually felt big.
Yeah, but then it's like I felt that ever since that first game, like even though there are Disney worlds, they've taken a back seat, and it's like I really missed that. So when you play Birth by Sleep, and it's like, okay, because this is the prequel game and everything, so all these worlds that you're going to, it is to help set everything up. So there is a reason why we're going into Snow White. There is a reason why we're going into Cinderella, and it's like I missed that because that was one of the biggest things I loved about Kingdom Hearts 1. So it's like I really missed that. So that was why I loved it so much, what they did with Birth by Sleep. Then you get to like Dream Drop Distance, which features like my all-time favorite Disney movie ever. And it's like, and that was Fantasia. I fucking loved Fantasia. So when I heard that they actually managed to pull that off, I was like, how the hell would you make a Disney World out of Fantasia? But it's like, okay, they did it, but then it's like, oh, really? That's it? Like, I don't remember who went where. Somebody went to the Nutcracker, and somebody went to the world with, like, the Pegasuses and, like, Zeus chucking down the lightning and everything. Like, that segment. It's like, there's not one goddamn Pegasus anywhere in that world.
It's one of those things where it's like, the Fantasia world was treated more like the Alice in Wonderland world.
Right, it's like, I can understand if you can't really do anything with the Nutcracker, because if you watch the Nutcracker segments, it was all like, it was all dancing flowers and fairies and stuff. So it's like, okay, I can get why there's no one to interact with. But the other one that they did, it was like, it was full of like, cherubs, and you got the Pegasus people, you've got the centaurs, you've got Zeus chucking lightning down, you got Hephaestus making the goddamn lightning bolts for Zeus. None of that shows up. Yeah. So it's like, why would you pick that particular segment? I mean, it just seems like it's like the most they've done with Fantasia that actually felt like fucking Fantasia was the Chernobog fight in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was a bad world, but at the same time, it kind of just felt like your generic music world. I was like, I mean, I played better music levels than like Sonic, so I'm just like, it was very kind of just there. Like, I feel like the Dream Drop shined in Traverse Town, and then after that, it kind of,
Right. Yeah, it's like, Travis Turn, they just randomly decide, let's throw The World Ends With You because, fuck, we can't think of more Final Fantasy characters, even though you have a whole slew of them in a freaking room that you can pull from. But
like,
no,
oh,
we're going to pull from,
nobody likes more than 7 and 8.
I know, it's like, yeah, but no, we're gonna pull from The World Ends With You. That's like, wow, talk about freaking left field. Like, you're talking about something completely different.
You guys want to hear something that I did kind of complain about that I didn't think made sense at all. Even I tried complaining about this to Lindsay, but she was literally just like, nope, ignore it, nope, stop. Like she refused to acknowledge that I was trying to ask this fucking question. Matt brings this up with DuckTales. Am I the only one who finds it weird that in Birth by Sleep, even though that's a game that's supposed to take place 10 years earlier, why are Huey, Dewey, and Louie the same fucking age?
That's weird.
Like, they were the same guy.
Cartoon.
Like, I'm sorry? Did these
Because-
age?
That's the
Because here's-
biggest plot hole in the series.
Because here's the thing, BJ. There's obviously a difference between cartoon and anime.
But like, yeah, that's another thing though, because you mentioned Final Fantasy characters. Where the fuck did they go? It's like, I feel like they tried to use them a lot in 1 and like,
And a 2.
Memories in 2, but like, they just dropped it after that. I'm like, why? I mean, they used Zack in Birth by Sleep, which made me nut because I don't like Final Fantasy. I don't like Final Fantasy 7, but I love Crisis Core, and seeing Zack again made me want to kill myself. But. But like, plus he was hitting on Aqua, and I was like, I feel that. But like, because Birth by Sleep is my favorite out of all of them. But like, there's so many Final Fantasy characters, and they don't use like 98% of them. They're like, oh, people only like 7 and 8, which is strange because nobody likes 8. I mean, I love Squall, but 8 is an awful game. But
yeah, I'm not a fan of 8 either. And it's like Kingdom Hearts, I will actually say, makes Squall likable. Because when you play,
Leon.
yeah, because it's like when you play Final Fantasy 8, oh my god, I wanted to wring his neck at least until Final Fantasy 10 came around, and it's like, okay, Squall, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna wring this guy's neck instead.
No, dude, I love Squall. He's fucking hilariously, like, he's such a dick, but like, I like, because I don't really like any of the other characters in that game, I kind of felt everything he was saying. Like, every time he was a dick, I was like, I was just thinking that, dude. Sweet. Like, we had the same thoughts. That's probably horrible to relate to Squall, but I did, okay? I never finished that game, though, because I got to, like, the 3rd disc, and I just couldn't go on. But, like...
Yeah, because everything just goes off the fucking rails.
Because that game is fun in how ridiculous it is. Because, like, that plot goes from, like, 0 to 100 every fucking, like, 2 minutes. Like... That plot is all over the place. It's like a bunch of fucking movies and like just the first disc. It's like, oh wow, you go from like just school shit and then you go and stop the army. That felt like the end of the game. Like going all the way up the tower and shit. And like the fucking spider and shit chasing you, and then shit's getting blown up and everything's gonna get nuked, and you fucking die in the beginning of the game for some goddamn reason, and then like time travel bullshit, and then the whole entire school is a goddamn airship. I was just like, what the fuck is happening anymore? And then they're like, oh, we're connected, we knew each other when we were younger or something, and we can feel each other's memory. I was just like, what? Huh? What?
Overall, regardless of all this, like I'm just laughing. I remember when I was watching Super Gaming Brothers do their Kingdom Hearts 2 Let's Play, and they were at the part in Hollow Bastion with like where there was like the giant Heartless War, and Leon and Cloud were like back to back fighting alongside each other.
Yeah.
And like John and Matt like started up this joke about like whose game was better. like between like as if Cloud and like Leon were having an argument between whose game was better. It's like everyone else likes my game. My game was better received. And, like they just kept going back and forth, and finally it just ended on. You know what? I think if there's one thing, you know what? I think it's safe to say what's really the best game here is 9.
I was gonna say like 6 or something pops up and it's like you're both bad.
See, that's something I wish that they did more of, like in Kingdom Hearts 2. It was like, yeah, they brought in Setzer and Vivi, and it's like, okay, you clearly have access and permission to at least 6 and 9. Why aren't we seeing more of these characters? I mean, hell, we could bring in more characters even from the other games. It's like, yeah, Final Fantasy VIII. It's like, okay, you've brought in Squall.
You know what? Actually,
and you brought in Cypher, and you've brought in Selphie. So, okay, where is Renoa? Where is Quistis? Where is Zell? Where's Laguna?
Danny, I'm about to tell you something that I probably shouldn't because it's just going to piss you off. In Dream Drop Distance, there were these recipes that Sora and Riku can pick up to allow them to make new abilities in new what were they called, the Dreamers, whatever the fuck.
Oh, the Digimon things.
Yeah, whatever. Like there were recipes that you could find along the game. They were but they were always like called like so and so's recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Every single name the name of each person who owned each recipe was the name of various Final Fantasy characters from all across the spectrum.
There's your cameo.
From every single goddamn game. There's every single Final Fantasy game. You know, every character from each game has their own recipe.
I want Terra and Kefka. Like, could you imagine an edgy, hot topic Kefka in Kingdom Hearts? Like, boy,
that would be nuts.
God help us.
But I mean, it's like, where are some of those characters? Or it's like, I would love to see more of 6 or 9. It's like, hell, if you could, I'd like to see some characters from like 4 show up.
Yeah, or Cloud of Darkness from 3 or something, or like references to their armor. Like you could wear like Onion Knight armor as Sora or something.
Yeah, or something. It's like I would love to see some of the other games.
Black
it's like,
Mage hat on Sora would be cool.
Yeah,
something.
it's like and I know Matt just meant Noctis. It's like, yeah, I won't be surprised if they throw in 15 in Kingdom Hearts 3 in any capacity.
Dude, I don't know what I think about 15.
I think sad to say, I still think 13 is going to be a little prominent too.
I know, and God.
I still remember that voice cast list from a while back that was leaked onto the internet. I'm not even sure if it was leaked, but it had like a bunch of voice actors that were confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3, and then like beside it like brought up like, you know, what roles Disney or Final Fantasy otherwise that they were most known for. I know there was a bunch of them that were there was the woman who played as Keela from Atlantis, the actor that played as Cusco from Emperor's New Groove, and then there was a bunch of others, but I know one of them was the actress that played as Lightning.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because it's like, despite how poorly received 13 was outside of Japan loved 13. So it's like, I don't know, but they loved 13 to death. That's why it got all these fucking sequels. So it's like, you know, so I would not be in the least bit surprised to see Lightning showing up.
There's so much wasted potential with the Final Fantasy side of Kingdom Hearts because, like, I mean, look how well they did with like Dissidia and stuff. It's like they could throw in so many good references, or like even like I feel like they could have actually put parts of Final Fantasy worlds in like Kingdom Hearts, or like just small references to even like the side games like Crystal Chronicles or something. Like, because I fucking love Crystal Chronicles for some reason, but like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they tried at all. I think there's too much Disney when they have so much fucking Final Fantasy they could use, and they're just like, nah, we'll just put like 2 fan favorites and then forget about them later. And like their worst designs too, at least for Cloud. I don't like his Kingdom Hearts 2 design at all.
It's Advent Children.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it either, but
yeah, it's like, oh, you don't like Advent Children?
It's a pretty movie, but it's pointless. It's one of those gifable moments movies. It's like I don't know. I watched it like twice and I was just like, okay.
like,
I miss Zach.
It's like
okay.
It's like if I could reach into this computer and give you a hug, I would. Because I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. It is my favorite game in the franchise, followed very closely with by 9. And despite how much I adore Final Fantasy VII, I loathe that movie. I hate what it did. Like, I hate the story made very little sense. The villains were not all that interesting or compelling characters. I hate what they did to Cloud.
Oh yeah, they made him so fucking bad. It just
it's like, the whole emo and angst and everything, and it's like, yes, he was like that in a small part of Final Fantasy VII, but he got over that shit actually back in disc 2. He was over a lot of that stuff, and it's like, to me, it seemed like they went backwards with his character in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did you feel that? Did you have to do that? And it's like, it was especially frustrating, at least for, a fan like me, where for years after that movie came out, everybody was just like, oh, Final Fantasy VII is just edgelord material. That's what it is. And I think, fortunately, now people have finally come out of it. And I think it's because Final Fantasy VII, when it did end up on the PlayStation Network and people could actually buy it and play it for themselves, people have realized, wait a minute, this is so different from what I saw in Advent Children. And then, you look at how the movie aged, even with the complete version, which added material that pretty much contributed nothing to the narrative.
Nothing!
So it's just like, it's just, oh my God, I cannot stand that fucking movie.
Dude, my relationship with Final Fantasy VII is really awkward because I actually didn't know shit about 7, and I played Crisis Core first.
Oh so, God, I'm sorry.
I nearly cried when fucking Zack died. Okay, it was a giant surprise to me, and everybody's like, "How did you not know that?" I was like, I was like 12, I think. Yeah. When I played Crisis Core, and I just like, my soul died that day. I was just so sad. I mean, I still am. I can't see his death scene without wanting to just like go hide in a bathroom or something. It makes me
just sit in a bathroom and eat a tub of ice cream.
Yeah, because because Crisis Core did a really good job with that. Because I mean, you actually do see that in Final Fantasy VII. You actually have to hunt down for it, but you do see a flashback sequence of what happened and everything. And Crisis Core did a really good job of like playing that up and everything. So I mean, even though I knew what was happening, it still got to me. But that's where it's like, whenever I saw people saying, "Oh my God, I didn't see that coming. Why did Zack have to die?" That's where I was like, "Oh, so you didn't play Final Fantasy VII? Like that was your clue that you didn't play the original, so you didn't see that coming." So it's like,
I've never been able to get into the original as much. Like, I don't know. I just don't find it as fun, and it's just, I don't know. I have a hard time not comparing Zack to Cloud because I love Zack so much more than Cloud. Right. I think I got to just like at the end of 2, I just kind of forgot what I was doing. I never beat it. But I don't know. I'd say like my favorite 6. But I haven't really played much of 9, so I'm kind of biased. And I can't.
9 is really good.
Yeah, I heard 9 was really good.
I need. You know what? Before I forget, I still really want to play 9. Let me go to MU Paradise and see if there's like an emulator for it.
Oh, I think there is. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about 15 because like I was really hyped for it because I liked the one demo because I was like, hey, they literally stole Kingdom Hearts' goddamn combat system, and like I finally got the game, and like I feel like I have to force myself to play it because like I really wanted to like it because I thought Noctis was cool and shit, but like, oh God, that game just feels so clunky and awkward. Like,
see, with 15 for me, like I love the combat. I think it's one of the best combat systems ever in the series. I love what they did with the combat. I like the open world and everything. So I was like, okay, for what you what you did, you know, you wanted to tackle open world, they did a pretty good job. Where the bulk of my criticisms come with 15 is the overall narrative. And I honestly, and even then I even hesitate to really say if the narrative is all that good or not, because like I said, they cut the content out. We don't even have, we don't even have the whole story. So how can I really say if it's good or bad if I haven't even seen the whole damn thing? So that's where I'm just like, that's where it's like, I really hate what they did, what happened to 15, and I really hope that's going to be a one-time thing. Because I've actually heard, like, and I hope it's just a rumor, but I've heard rumors floating around saying that, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3, they might do that too. And it's like, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking dare chop Kingdom Hearts 3 and then package it later as DLC just to get the game out faster.
HD remix.
Because I'm sorry, I think it's bullshit what happened to 15. I don't want to see it happen to any other titles. I mean, this should be like the one exception, and it should be the lesson for Square to take, where it's like, okay, let's avoid having to do this from the future. If they end up treating it like, oh, this is going to be our new standard, then it's like, fuck you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like that probably if Square was to come out and say, okay, here's the date for Kingdom Hearts 3, and then okay, we're gonna have like Axel, episode Kyrie. We're going to have all these other extra episodes when it's like, oh, it's side stories, when in actuality it's cut content from, cut original content. It's like, if Square does to Kingdom Hearts 3 what they did to 15, that may be the straw that'll break the camel's back, and that may actually force me to actually not buy Kingdom Hearts 3. Because it's like, I will not support that shit a second time.
I wouldn't mind them pulling another Birth by Sleep, to be honest. Like, playable character-wise.
Danny, haven't they been doing that? It's called Final Mix.
Well, it's like, you know, there's that, but I'm also talking about, like, what they've been doing with, it's like, yeah, when you look at like Final Fantasy 15, I mean, they deliberately said, we are cutting content out and everything. So it's like, you know, we're deliberately cutting the content, sell it as DLC. So it's like, okay, you just made like a $60 purchase into like, you know, $100 purchase. Fuck that.
Call of Duty. But it's like, I don't know if I like the combat system, because anytime, like, it just feels very like, I mean, I'm probably just really bad at it, but like, it feels very clusterfucky, because like, you have the other party members with you, and then you're in these dark-ass caves and shit. You can't see anything. Like, it's so hard for me to tell when to dodge or what the hell's going on, like, ever in that game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I play Bloodborne and shit, and I'm better at those games. But, like, this game, it's like, I try to play it, and I feel like I'm just winging it. Like, I don't feel like I have a solid grasp on the combat at all. And it doesn't feel anything like either of those demos did. Because I played both of them, and they both felt like completely different games. Like, the one everybody got, I think it was Duske or whatever, that one felt like Dream Drop Distance. And then, like, the bigger one...
I'll be right back, guys. Continue your conversation.
The other one felt like a strange Xenoblade. And I don't know how I feel about the open world, because I made the mistake of finally getting 15 after Breath of the Wild. So I feel like Breath of the Wild kind of spoiled open world for me, because I'm expecting to be able to climb everything and actually have freedom, and it's like, nope, invisible walls. Like, you need to go on certain paths, and the areas just aren't interesting to me at all. I don't want to do any side missions. It just feels like another padded open world game to me, whereas Breath of the Wild was just like heaven. Like, I just do whatever the fuck I want. But like, I felt like I was forcing myself to play 15, and I'm only halfway through, so it's like, I don't know.
You know, actually, you know, Danny, it's like you bring up like the whole, you know, DLC for extra story bits. That actually kind of reminds me of Asura's Wrath, because they also pulled that shit. In order to get the true ending to the game, it was DLC.
That's awful.
It was awful. I mean, granted, some of the other DLC for it was great, you know, being able to, like, because they had, like, a DLC where you could actually fight Ryu and Akuma as bosses in the game. That was awesome, but it's like, no, I'm not cool on the true ending being DLC stuff. That's not cool.
See, it's like where I am on DLC just in general, because I know there's some people that they just don't like DLC, period. I don't mind DLC if it's, like, you know, minor little things, like, things like, oh, new outfits or something. Yeah, I don't care. Like new weapons, I don't care.
Monster Hunter does it right.
It's like, you want to throw maybe like an extra there. Okay, I don't mind, like, if you're throwing, like, just something to, like, help challenge and everything. But when you start doing things like, anything that really affects the story, that's when I go, wait a minute.
Yeah, any DLC that feels like you have to buy it just to get the full experience is just no.
Right. That was what angered so many people with Mass Effect 3. Was
Dark
the
Souls
fact
2.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you guys remember back when, before we got the whole, oh my God, Mass Effect 3 ending controversy, before the game had even come out, there was the controversy that there was a character that was a Prothean, and the Protheans are like a big deal in the Mass Effect universe. I mean, they were an ancient race and everything, and, much of the history of, the Mass Effect series, like the lore, revolves around these Protheans, and they are pretty much thought to have been extinct or taken out at this point. And we have a character now that is a Prothean, is alive and well, but a lot of people took umbrage with that because of the fact that it's a DLC character. So you have somebody whose very existence plays such a large role into the world and everything, and you want that, you got to pay like $15 for that, and people got pissed. And it's like, I can't really blame people for getting upset over something like that. I mean, that's why I'm upset about what they've been doing with Final Fantasy 15. So it's like, I mean, like I said, there are some people that just don't like DLC as a whole, and that's where I'm just like, I think by this point it's just, whatever. I mean, I think we're just at that point now. It's like, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So the least we can do is, at least, have it be manageable.
Yeah, I think it can be a good thing, and I think some games do it really well. Like Monster Hunter, like every time a game comes out, there's like free DLC for a whole entire year. And then like, I mean, I guess Shovel Knight doesn't really count, but I mean, I paid $15 for that game, and they've given me 2 free games as updates, and I'm gonna get another one when they finish King Knight shit. And it's like, it depends how, like, it's like if you pull a goddamn Resident Evil 6, I'm gonna hate you, because like every fun mode in that game is goddamn DLC, and I'm just like, why? Like this, especially when it's such a hated game like Resident Evil 6, I feel like they should be handing this shit out to calm people down, but they're just like, no, pay for more shit. It's like, why am I paying for more on a goddamn $60 game? Like, that's expensive, and you're making me pay nearly $100 for the rest of the game, and it's just awful. I mean, I feel like Dark Souls and stuff does DLC kind of okay, but at the same time, it like sometimes they literally add like 2 bosses, and I'm just like, why couldn't this have been an update? Especially when it's Dark Souls 3, and Dark Souls 3 was really goddamn short. Like, I beat that shit in like 19 hours, I think. But like, I don't know. I think DLC is good unless the game really needs it. Like, it should be like something you want to buy because it's fun, or maybe they should just give shit free, or really damn cheap. Unless it's new, unless it's completely new content that was never there, I don't see why you should have to pay for it. Because if it's something new, that's worth. But
I remembered when I think it was what was it, the last Street Fighter that came out now, and like Brandon, he's our fighting game guy, and he was so excited for the next Street Fighter and everything, and then when it came out, there was like the full roster wasn't even there. So it was like, they only put in like a couple of the characters, and it's like, oh, we'll add the rest of the cast like later as DLC. And I remembered hearing about this, and I was like, oh, that's bullshit. I mean, it's like, I can forgive like what Nintendo does, where it's like, bringing in like, a couple of characters later on as DLC, because they only added like 5 or something. 5 is drastically different than, we're gonna sell you the entire roster. But Brandon was like, I don't mind, because they're working on it and everything, and it's gonna be free and everything. So it's like, I don't mind. And it's like, Oh, he changed his tune very quickly because because of how long it was taking and everything. He's like, "Oh right, yeah, this is bullshit. If you're gonna take this long, why not just delay the game and then bring it out when it's fully completed, rather than giving us this half-baked thing and then patch it in later."
Yeah, fighting games are the worst with DLC. I can't believe I didn't even mention it because I haven't been playing them in a while. That's kind of the reason. But like, it's like they do this shitty stuff where you're a dedicated fan and you buy the game when it's first released. It's like I pre-ordered this game and I'm still the only person that's able to play this extra character that's not even out yet because I paid $80 to pre-order it. I'm just like, that's fucking stupid. But like, and then they come out with like 5 more characters that they tell you that's going to be like free, and then they're like $6 or less. And then like after you finally buy all the DLC, they release an extended full version that's the same price as the game you bought, but comes with all of the DLC and all this extra stuff. So basically you wasted all of your money just to get to play characters sooner. And it's just like, why? Why the hell do you do this shit? Or they make you pay for color swaps.
Listen.
Thank you.
Why would they make you pay for color swaps and voices? Like, what the fuck? No,
Yeah,
at
I
least
can just
League,
bought that.
yeah, at least League, it's completely new, like, attack animations and...
Not for the one color scheme thing they were doing, where it's literally just different color schemes.
Yeah, but it's different with League, because you didn't pay $60 to play that damn game.
Sure.
Like, you pay $60 to play a fighting game, and they still are like, hey, buy, like, $20 to $30 more of DLC shit to have everything. And it's like, what? This should be on, like, I got really pissed with BlazBlue because all of that shit used to be unlockable, and then they're like, no, instead of, it being unlockable, let's just throw it on the goddamn shop. I'm like, fighting games are really fun when you have a lot of shit to unlock, but now everything is just DLC that you have to pay for, and it's really stupid and lazy, because this shit's already in the game, too. It's like, it's not like it's been a year later, and they're throwing completely new characters into the game. No, this shit's been in the trailers before the game came out, and everything, and then they're still holding back characters that are in the game, like that you can fight as like playable DLC later. I'm just like, why do they do this? It's so evil.
Because you'll buy it.
They want your money.
It's just shitty as hell. It's
They
like,
want your monies.
The problem
just like-
the problem is people pay for it. People buy into this bullshit.
it's like, at least with Smash, you already had like 50 something characters, and these characters were legit. Like, the DLC characters weren't in the fucking game at all. They weren't like hidden in the code or some shit. No, they just made this from scratch out of nowhere. Like,
And even then, it was a small amount.
yeah, and it was very worth it. And like, a character in Smash feels like a whole new game kind of thing. It's like some of the characters that these fighting games make you pay for are like the dark versions of a good character, and it's like, wow, they have a slightly different like moveset.
Oh, you mean the evil version of Cammy from Street Fighter 4?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just so shameless. It's just so goddamn shitty. Like, why?
Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC plays Evil Sora.
Yeah, Heartless Sora. I hope with Kingdom Hearts 3 though, like, I really wouldn't mind Aqua Terran Ven being the focus again, because I know this sounds awful, but I really don't give a shit about Sora anymore. I really don't. Like, Dream Drop Distance to me was a Riku game, but
Oh yeah, that's what Danny was saying.
it was the same with Chain of Memories. It's like, do you really find Sora's playthrough fun at all after you've already done it? No. You play it for darkness.
Yes.
Riku is fun as shit. But Sora is like, make one good deck, you beat the whole goddamn game. Like, that's it. But like, Riku actually feels like Kingdom Hearts. Chain of Memories still fucking sucks though. But like, I mean, it doesn't suck, but after you've played it more than once
You just
or twice,
don't want to do it again.
it's like you turn it on again and your stomach just like sinks. You're just like, I don't want to play this. It's like, I actually felt like the Game Boy version had more charm because it made more sense that it was so goddamn basic, and like the sprite work was great and everything. Plus, it was
That's actually one of the reasons why I'm loving JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so much, is because even though you have characters from like the previous part coming back, they do play a completely different role. That's like you get to part 2, like your protagonist in part 2, Joseph Joestar, absolutely great. He's one of my favorite main protagonists, at least from what I've seen so far. And he comes back in part 3. And part 3 is about 50 years after part 2. But Joseph is not the main character. He's a side character. The main character in part 3 is his grandson, Jotaro. And I just started watching part 4, and Jotaro is in part 4. But again, he's not the main character. He's the side character. He's the mentor. The main character is the new one. So it's like, I like how they've been approaching that. Because it's like, yeah, Jotaro, Joseph, their stories are already told. So it's like, their stories don't need to go on forever. I don't mind seeing them coming back for cameos and everything. But when their story is clearly told, that's it. It's time to move on to the next character and let's see let's see their story. And that's what I really, really love about it.
Also, none of us talked about how Kyrie's getting has a Keyblade.
Well, she was shown to get a Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 2. Although apparently, I was like, yeah, Riku just handed her one.
She makes a lot more sense than Axel, but I wonder if she's gonna be playable. So I'm hoping
Maybe. Yeah,
that'd be cool. Cause she needs more. Okay, Kyrie is like the most background character in the fucking series. Like she has nothing. Like she is just there. It'd be cool if she was actually like involved with anything besides getting like kidnapped and hotter as the games go on. That like she's just there. Like Riku is the real love interest, but
well, don't say that, you'll piss off the fans.
That's like all they want though. But because like I love Riku. Like I would much rather like in any of the games I'd rather be Riku than Sora. I mean he's a fucking douche in the first game, but like I don't know. Riku actually feels like a character where Sora has gotten so like I don't know.
He's a Boy Scout.
He's so I don't know if I want to say I hate him or not, because like I feel like I liked him in 1, and then in Chain of Memories it was understandable that he was kind of a dick.
He slowly started turning into a Boy Scout.
Yeah, and then like in 2, I just did not like Sora in 2. It was like I don't know. It's one thing to be goofy and all, but it's like he was kind of annoying a lot of the time.
Dude, we already have Goofy.
Exactly. We don't need 2 Goofy. It's like and like he just felt I think I didn't feel like he had much of a reason to hate the organization as much as he did, because he completely forgot about them after Chain of Memories ended. But I feel like the Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1 would have kind of sympathized with them a little bit, but he was like, oh, you want to be real? You want to be a fucking person? Fuck you. Fuck off. I'm going to beat the shit out of you with a key.
Yeah, I'm Goofy. I'm the new Keyblade Warrior.
Like, I actually feel like 2 would have been better if like you actually just played as Roxas the whole time. Like, I know that nobody thinks that, because that's like the worst part of that game, because Kingdom Hearts 2 has the worst start to any game in existence. Because like I hated Roxas because of 2, but then I played 358 Days and I was like, I actually understand this character a lot. He's actually a very good character, but 2, the way 2 started and without the context,
2 did not do him any justice.
Yeah, 2 made him. Oh.
Yeah, it's because it's like, the beginning of 2 was just god awful, and then Roxas makes like cameo appearances like once or twice, and then you get to the end and it's like, oh, okay, he's resolved now. Like, it was like, because I actually played Kingdom Hearts 1 and then I played 2. I actually didn't play Chain of Memories in between. So, of course, I was confused as fuck with Kingdom Hearts 2 and everything. So,
dude,
that didn't give me the best first impression either when I played Chain of Memories later on through an emulator. So it's like, okay, I can see where it's coming from and everything. I never got around to playing 350 fuck days or whatever it's called. I never got around to that one, so I don't really know I don't know exactly what they've added. I do know that it's like, it is, it's the prequel game. It's all about Axel and Roxas and everything. So we get to see more details about their friendship. So it's like, okay, now we actually see why they're so close. So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. Then there's like some that black-haired Kyrie chick or something. That's like, oh, yeah, that's where it's like, okay. It's like, that's really all I know. It's like 350 Fuck is like one of the few Kingdom. I think 350 Fuck and Recoded are the only Kingdom Hearts games I haven't played.
Okay, Recoded it has good graphics for a DS game and it plays well, but it's fucking stupid. But like 358, the graphics are awful. Okay, but like that game, I fucking love that game. Like I think.
Well, I'm trying to think. Wasn't 350 not 350 Fuck? I know it's not. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it.
Obviously, that's not what it's called.
I know I didn't mean that, but it's like Recoded. Wasn't Recoded originally a cell phone game?
Yes.
Yeah. But like 358 is really damn good, especially for a DS game. And I was so pissed that they didn't just like make a remake version of it, because that's what I thought the first HD game was going to be, but no, it's a bunch of cutscenes. But like that game is really damn good. There's like so much gameplay in it, and like it actually makes you give a shit about Roxas, which I didn't think was possible, because I had like the deepest hate for Roxas after 2. Like, and then I played that game and I felt like the biggest asshole. I was like, I completely understand why you're an angsty little bitch. Like, if you like, for being apparently heartless and a nobody, like the organization members have the most character out of any of the characters in the series.
I mean, also to be fair, they're also kind of pretending to have those feelings.
Yeah.
No,
see, that's
not.
why Roxas
No,
was so
they're
confusing.
Actually, they're not. They actually do have those feelings. Xemnas just kind of tricked them into thinking that they're only faking it.
Oh, well,
like,
fuck you, fuck you, man, sex.
Yeah, it's like, no, they're legit humans. That's why they are so human. It's like, this is why you're crying and shit. It's like you're being manipulated to, like, it's like, if you put yourself in the shoes of Roxas, it's like the most depressing goddamn game of all time, but especially near the end. So when I actually played 2 again after 358 Days, it pissed me off even more, because you go from the ending of 358 Days, which is dramatic as shit. Like, you fight off, like, going through the organization and everything, and then, like, Riku is pretty badass, and he goes all handsome and shit, and that was neat. And, you kill your best friend, so that's fucked up and awful. Plus, the song doesn't help that. Like, that's, like, the best song in Kingdom Hearts, Vector to the Heavens or whatever. But, like, and then it's like you go from this horrible, serious, sad ending to the beginning of fucking Kingdom Hearts 2, where you're skateboarding, beating the shit out of other kids with a fucking foam dildo. And it's the dumbest thing. It pissed me off so much. I was so mad.
Now I'm imagining these, like, the Twilight Town kids with the dildo brats from Saints Row.
All I see.
Oh my god.
Why would they start out a game? Why would they start out a game with the dumbest filler in the world? If they would have started out 2 with just the big starting Roxas fight, like the big, what are they called again? Like the big nobody thing, the big I forgot what those enemies are called. Like the weird squiggly white guys, like
Oh, I know. Dusks.
Are they Dusks, yeah. There's too many different enemy names in this goddamn series. But like that fight is cool, easy, and you spam triangle, but that's Kingdom Hearts 2, you spam triangle. But like yeah. And if they would have put that if they would have put Roxas waking up, that, and then the Axel fight and left it there, that would have been fine. But they had to add 2-3 hours of stupid filler. It's like, you don't need a tutorial for this game. And even when you go to Sora, you have a tutorial anyway, pretty much. And what pisses me off even more is all of Roxas's pain, all of that horrible shit just amounted to Sora going, oh, I don't know why I'm sad for a second. Tear. And then the game goes on like it never happened. I was just like, I want to die. Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
I was so annoyed.
That is something that is kind of one of the fucked up tragedies for Roxas, and I think that'll be a big part of Sora's whole deal in Kingdom Hearts 3, because, like, in Dream Drop Distance, we see Sora have a quick little one-on-one with Roxas, where Roxas pretty much gave up on all on the whole idea of free will and self-right, and pretty much said, "I am nothing except for, and I only exist to be the other half, and that's literally all I am." And Sora just got really fucking depressed over that. Like, oh no, you could be your own person. No.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sleep and give birth to you. My bad. I didn't know I had a daughter too. Wow. Well, I guess technically,
not really.
Kyrie's daughter, but let's say Sora's actually straight. But like,
what the fuck?
Like, I don't know. I felt like it just shit all over all of it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like taking it too serious, probably.
Loving these characters way too much, Alex.
I feel like 358 Days made me love a hateable character, and that's hard to do. Okay, and then they pooped all over it, and like Axel's the most weird. I think Axel's the weirdest character in the series because he goes from Chain of Memories. He's like a serial killer, and then he's like your goddamn gay uncle or something, and he loves you, and then he's stealing your girlfriend, but then is sacrificing himself for you, and then hey guys, I'm back and I have a Keyblade, and you're just like,
gay Uncle Axel. I'm never gonna let that go now.
He's not wrong, unfortunately.
Uncle X.
It's like as much as we're annoyed that they brought him back, you can't hate Axel. He's so what? And then you see him as Lee as like a kid, and he's just like fucking rocket power looking ass. I don't know. I don't even know what to think of Saix's human form, like
descriptions
or whatever. It is he had like a fucking turtleneck. Why the hell does he have a turtleneck? And why the fuck does Axel dress like a kiwi? I don't understand.
One with a collar, turtleneck.
And him and Sykes have like a bromance, and I love Sykes because playing as him in 358 Days is like you just smash everything. That's another thing 358 Days did amazing that I wish they would have remade because like the co-op in that game was awesome, and like you can play as every organization member, Riku, Sora, Mickey, Donald, like everybody, and they all have their own set of like different weapons, like a whole bunch of different play styles and everything. Whereas you play 2 and like every Keyblade has the same, well, like you play any of the other games and they all have the same like, combo, except for like at least Birth by Sleep and stuff changes them up. It like you use the element, but like I don't know. I played like 358 the most and like when I actually went to like the console games again, I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. Like all the Keyblades, like they don't have different combos, and like I thought that was really cool in 3. I was like, why did this DS game give every Keyblade a different combo? But like there were like cool aerial Keyblades that did like aerial combos that had like a little, like you could hit like Y in the middle of the combo and you do a different attack pattern and stuff. And then for some reason it was like more deep than the goddamn console versions, and it didn't make any sense.
It looks kind of like that's what they're doing for 3, just based on what I've seen.
I hope so. Like, because like in the other games, I pretty much pick a Keyblade that looks cool and stick to it because the stat bonus is not dramatic enough for me to care. Like, because in Birth by Sleep, I use the starting one until you get the cooler version of the starting one, and then like the cool ass Keyblade you get from what's his face, and then like Ultima Weapon. But I hate all the other Keyblades in that game. But in 358 Days, they all had really cool like patterns and stuff, like really cool different playstyles, and you could use the dual wielding. Like you could have Oblivion and Oathkeeper, and like it was actually really fun. There's I don't know, I thought it was more fun than playing with them in 2, and it wasn't limited to like whatever the hell 2's things were called. I forgot. But like, yeah, and you could use Oblivion as Riku, and that was badass. And yeah, and you could use like the sword as Sora, which was kind of cool, I guess. Boring but cool. But I don't know. 358 feels very underrated to me. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just nostalgia, but the writing in that game is fucking hilarious because Zigbar says shit like, "Why are you looking at me like I just drowned your goldfish?" Like, like, and Demix is a goddamn douche that he acts like an older brother that makes you go do shit for him just because he's lazy. And like, I feel like, I think the reason I hate Sora so much in 2 is because like 358 gets you to know them. They all feel like your brothers, like, or and sister. Larxene can go fuck herself. She's just a bitch. I hate Larxene. She's cool, and I love playing as her, and she's fun to fight, but holy shit, she has no redeemable qualities at all.
Well, I think that's the point. She's supposed to be a bitch.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that's
okay.
but yeah, I mean, it's like, there's nothing wrong with, like, liking a character. Like, there's characters that you love to hate because they are that, they were that well written, they were that well done and everything. And it's
She's a good bad guy.
They can be the most irredeemable asshole out there. But if you manage to do a good job in, like, telling their history and like showing what they can do and everything, you can admit that they're a really good character, even though they're a complete shitheel. I mean, look at Dio Brando in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He's by far my favorite character, and he's probably like the biggest fucking shitheel I have seen in an anime in a long time.
It's like, I like Larxene as a bitch character, but like, why are you a bitch? Like, what did I do to you? Like, because Roxas is just this, he was just born. He's a walking abortion. He doesn't even know why he's here, and she's just a bitch to him. I'm just like, why are you mean to me? What did I do? Like, I mean, that's a lot of the characters, because you get treated that way by, like, Luxord. Like, all of the, like, adult-looking ones, they're all kind of mean to you. Like, Roxas is so goddamn abused, it's hilarious, but sad at the same time.
You thought it was Larxene, but it was me, Xehanort!
Yeah, everybody is Xehanort. Like, I love the organization, and it really sucks that they're just here to become Xehanort. Like, because they all have so much personality, and I love that about them. It's like, sure, that's kind of like generic anime trope.
In their defense, they don't know that. As far as they know, their whole goal is that we just want our hearts back. We want to become whole again. That's what they want. Little did they
Unless
know,
you're Demix.
Yeah, little did they know, they didn't actually know that all they needed to do was just wait a little while and then get killed in order to turn back to normal. They didn't know that part. Because Xehanort knew that part, and he fucking lied about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's like Xehanort's trying to pretend that, hey, we're bringing you in. We're like, Xemnas is like the, leader of the orphanage. It's like, this is a house for lost little friends. Like, I'm taking you in. I'm a good guy. But no, they're all being used, especially Roxas and, Xion. Well, in a way, every organization member, I guess it does make sense, because what the hell was their purpose besides becoming a vessel? Because they don't have Keyblades, so they can't get hearts or anything. Like, they're useless. Like, they're all useless, except for Roxas and Xion, which don't even exist anymore. But, like, because they were using them to, like, harvest hearts, pretty much. Well, so we thought. Now I don't even know what that was about. What the fuck was the point of them, then, if they don't actually need the hearts? So was Xehanort just manipulating Xemnas? And Xemnas has no idea he was just going to be a vessel?
No, Xemnas now. Because Xemnas is Xehanort.
He was just like, go do something.
Okay, Xemnas is Xehanort's nobody. Because pretty much what happened,
I know that.
What happened was, long after Xehanort took over Terra's body, at some point he became Ansem's assistant, and then he pretty much hijacked the research, and then he turned himself into an artificial Heartless, which in turn, the Heartless, which he named himself Ansem. But then when the Heartless was created, Xemnas, the nobody, was created at the same time.
So was Xemnas using Roxas and Xion basically to turn them against themselves, so they would free the organization members with their own Keyblades?
BJ,
So you could use them as vessels? I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
DJ, I'm just now remembering back in the Super Gaming Brothers Kingdom Hearts 2 Let's Play. It's like Zemnis, I made you out of Terra.
Darkness. But yeah, 358 is a good game, just despite its awful graphics. I mean, sometimes, I think the only thing you could find unlikable about it is it's mission based, but because of that, you can play the whole entire game as all of the other characters, and it's really cool. Just play as Saix though, because the rest of them suck. But but no, you can play as Axel and use pizzas as weapons. So there's that. So
God, that just reminds me.
Yeah,
of that goddamn new fucking Tekken 7 meme. The pizza.
Yeah, they all have joke weapons, by the way, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I feel like Zigbar/Brig was also in on it. I think that's canon actually,
because he ended up something happened with him where only half of him became a vessel.
He wanted to become Daddy Zemnis too.
It's weird because he was in with Xehanort since the beginning, as we know, and I guess because of that, because he showed his loyalty early on, I guess Xehanort was like, okay, I'm still gonna make you a vessel, but not completely. I'll still give you some free will.
I'm surprised Zigbar isn't the #1 fan favorite, because he's amazing. He's hilarious. His fights pretty damn cool, even though I don't understand the benefit of standing upside down in the air. But
I think he just set the show off. This is something. Actually, you know what? This was something that caught me off guard when I played Birth by Sleep, and I tried. This was another thing that I tried asking Lindsay about, and she literally avoided me on it. But apparently Brig before he became Zigbar still had all the same powers. He can still do all that same shit even before he became a nobody.
Yeah.
So
see, that's what
did
confuses me
becoming
too.
a nobody actually do for you?
Yeah, it's okay, when you see all of their I guess human forms, I don't even know what to call them now. They are kind of powerless. They're very normal. They're not very special. I mean, you have the two dudes as guards, and that was cool and shit, but they don't look like they had any fighting ability. Zexion was just cute little nerd. He didn't use magic or anything, even though it exists in the universe. He just kind of...
Even when he became back to normal, he definitely still had his powers as a nobody. So,
yeah, what the hell?
I think it's probably because of the fact, yeah, they became human again, but they became human with their new hearts. Their old hearts are pretty much long gone at this point. Because they because they developed them, they were able to redevelop themselves. The thing is, you can't this is kind of the flaw that I see with nobodies, or at least the organization nobodies, I should say. I don't know about the lesser ones. I'm not sure about them, but it's clear that the organization members still retain all their memories from back when they were whole. There's no way in hell that you can keep your memories and not still be able to feel shit.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
So that's
we're still talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Which, of course, is just the real reason why they were able to become whole again. It wasn't that they got their old hearts back. They metaphorically grew new ones. And it got to the point where they just weren't nobodies anymore. They just became they were just whole again.
When you say metaphorically, it makes it sound like they just finally accepted themselves as they just accepted themselves because they got the shit beat out of them by a key. They're ever since I got my ass kicked, blunt force trauma, I kind of like myself. I'm fine. I love being nobody. This is fine. But
I like being nobody.
We're all nobody in the end, but okay, it's I could understand if Sora killing, okay, let's say he wasn't killing them all, he was freeing them,
because in reality,
letting them become themselves, cleansing them with his holy key of
as we learn,
love and justice.
as we learn, even though the wisest characters like Ansem or fucking Yen Sid, they kept going on about the nobodies not really existing and how they really don't have hearts. That's only because they were fucking misinformed.
It's so stupid.
Because Xanow's a goddamn douche.
it's like, because at first I was like, okay, so they came back to life because Sora kind of cleansed them with his big old dick, and but he didn't kill Axel. So I was like, how did Axel come back? And then it's like, okay, they were lied to the whole time. Yeah. So did Axel just have an extra, did he have a one-up around? I don't.
Actually, BJ, now that I think about that, it's like, wait a minute, so who told you that? It's like, okay, so who told you that these nobodies are like this? Oh, Xehanort. And you trusted him?
I'm kind of thinking that maybe you can't actually kill a nobody. That might just be
Wait a second. Or we're stupid because we're buying into the fact that a game that takes place in a dream is canon. Why do we think the dream is canon? What is canon about a dream? How the fuck do you time travel into a dream and call it canon?
I'm laughing, Brian. You brought up Nights, and that's literally the song that's playing in the background right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, oh, by the way, none of Dream Drop actually was canon because it was a dream. It was just all a test.
Well, yeah, it was all a test.
So Mario 2?
No, it was all a test. It took place in their dreams.
See, the fact that that's even a plot point pisses me off because I'm like, you really need to test these fuckers any more than they've already been tested. It
was more so. It was more so like an official. It was one of those what's the word I'm looking for? It was like a God damn it! There's a word I'm missing here. It was.
I'm like.
Yeah, but I mean that is a good point. I mean, it's like we know the whole Mark of Mastery ritual and everything. It's all tradition and everything, but it's like when you look at everything that Sora and Riku have done for these worlds, why do they need this ritual?
Why
do they need to be tested any further, considering everything they've done?
Look how well Birth by Sleep's Mark of Mastery went, and it was only there to manipulate them into fucking going into the darkness. The Mark of Mastery shit was bullshit. It was all a lie to fuck them up, to get Terra to kill his master, to get Ben to go all evil.
It wasn't really a lie for in the beginning when they first did when Aqua passed it and Terra filled it. That part wasn't a lie. The part where,
and then to get Aqua sucked into a butthole.
The part later on where Xehanort was just like, oh, you know what? I'm a master. I have the right. Terra, you can be a master because I say you're qualified because I'm a master and I have that right.
And then Aqua's like, it's because I'm a girl, isn't it?
No.
Even though she's the best one, but
okay. Goddamn! I just remembered the word. I think overall, I think really, the whole point of the Mark of Mastery for Sora and Riku was a formality, more than likely.
I don't understand it, because they've proved themselves pretty damn hard. That, and it's what did they learn more that they didn't already from real experiences? It's they've experienced this shit in real life. What is killing a bunch of cuddly plushy creatures gonna change?
I don't think that was more so the point. I think also another one of the points was that the dream world they went in, quote unquote, was what it really was that there were still some worlds that were stuck in some kind of weird they were freed from the darkness, but they weren't really awake yet. So that
they weren't free from the gay.
They weren't actually. They didn't quite wake up yet. So I think that was another point of the Mark of Mastery to go into that dream world and free them from that loop.
I was really, when I heard that Dream Drop was taking it was going to be about dreams, I was hoping this game was going to be a nightmare, a PTSD filled nightmare of them going through all the shit they had to go through before, but on crack, the worst it could be, especially for Riku's side.
like Nightmare on Elm Street shit.
Yeah, because like could have seen maybe Sora's dreams being all, gay happy rainbows and stuff, but I feel like Riku's should have been horrifying. Like, because he's had to go through some shit. I mean, Sora has too, but like, he
But
hasn't really...
Riku has seen some shit.
Yeah, it's like he has gone through depression.
Well,
And it's like
I said, it wasn't actually their dreams. They were going into a dream world state.
Yeah,
Where,
I'm just saying that my hopes
where worlds were trapped.
That's what my hopes for the game were. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like the enemies are gonna be like seas of heartless, and it's gonna be like reimagining like horrible versions of like the organization members, and like maybe like having to fight like heartless like sort of in Riku and shit. I mean, I know it doesn't sound cool to have reused content, but like I feel like it would have been a really cool like recap on all the horrible shit and all the heaviest moments of the series. Like, what if Sora, because Roxas and Xion were a part of him again, he was having to go through that shit, like they had to go through, and maybe having to go through what Ven had to go through. Riku was kind of having
Sora did.
Terra flashbacks.
No, he did though, because when Sora encountered Roxas in the world that never was, like Sora actually, like for a brief second, like when I think it was when Roxas touched him, Sora did actually go through like in a snap, go through and felt all the shit Roxas did. And that's why Sora almost lost his shit.
Like getting to like play through that like a harder version of like Xion's fight and a 3D better graphics version, because
like what you're saying,
yes.
you wish that they showed us that in gameplay instead of just cutscene.
Yeah, like all of that stuff would have been cool. Or like, I don't know, just I just thought it was going to be much cooler than beating up a bunch of really cute, innocent, colorful creatures. But instead, we fight. I don't know. I just thought they were gonna do something more. Cause like I feel like Dream Drop got really good at the end. Cause like you got to fight young Xehanort, and the Xemnas fight was the best in the series, in my opinion. Cause like jumping off buildings and shit, throwing them, and I mean it was actually a pretty solid fight. Whereas 2's final bosses felt very quick time event the whole time, and I mean it was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't feel like much of a fight. But I don't know. I thought Dream Drop was gonna be much cooler than it ended up being. I mean, I still like Dream Drop as a game. It's a fun game, even though it's really painful to have these cool little Pokemon pets type things and then kill them at the same time. It's just like, it's like I want to fight.
How is that different from real Pokemon?
I know, right?
True. Well, you're not beating the shit out of Pokemon with a fucking key. Like,
unless you have a Clef Key.
Yeah, unless you have a Clef Key.
Well, that's a support Pokemon. It can't kill anything, but like
it can help kill things.
Foul play.
And besides, Pokemon who specialize in support can still be broken.
It's true.
I mean,
I don't know. It's just after we fight Unversed and Dust and Heartless, I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? Like, I expected like the enemies to be generic, like called nightmares or some shit. Like, I mean, I know it's dumb to want generic, but I would have rather had that than killing great, cute little cuddly creatures that I've spent hours petting and feeding the past because I actually love all of that shit in that game, which is really weird because I thought I was gonna hate it.
Oh no, I did too. If only because I love games where you can not only like collect like creatures but also level them up.
Yeah, it's really fun. I was like, oh, at the thought of it at first, but like it grew on me really fast. And like I feel like that feature like shines so hard as Riku because when you use the pets as Riku, it completely changes his style of combat, just like in Birth by Sleep. So you can pretty much have the fighting styles of like Aquaven, Terra, like organization members. Like you can pretty much play as Axel. It's just disguised a bit. Like that is so fucking cool, and you can like hit the little bat and have little wings and shit. And like, that's why I think playing a Sora in that game is not fun at all until Xemnas, because Riku is like actually, like he actually feels fleshed out, whereas Sora is just
I think
boring.
in all due reality, Dream Drop Distance, Sora was not the main character. Riku was.
Yeah, he was very just like Chain of Memories.
That was Riku's game. In all due
Just
reality.
like Chain of Memories. It's like it might as well have been a Riku game. It's like, I mean, I think they kind of spanned a bit too much darkness in Chain of Memories with Riku, but
that was when he was still getting over that shit. So
yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to see him like have to fight himself and like.
He did though.
I mean,
Replica.
I mean, in Dream Drop, like a Replica, like a very like
that's what Lindsay calls it.
Replica. But because I mean, I know he did that, but I mean, like Dream Drop, it's like it would have been cool, like, or even like and have to fight like Terra. That would have been neat, like the armored Terra, which I guess you kind of do
you do that as Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it would fit more for Riku because they're almost the same character, and Riku almost ended up like Terra. He got very close.
Also, keep in mind, Riku was supposed to be the original wielder of the Keyblade that Sora has. It's just, Riku decided, nah, that darkness looks cool.
I mean, fuck, he's right. I mean, his weapon looks badass. Like when I play Dream Drop, yeah, when I play Dream Drop, I always just keep his starting weapon until I get something cooler because that game has some awful looking Keyblades. The only ones I like are like Ultima Weapon, which is pretty much useless because the end of the game, and but like the dive weapon, the like sword you get for getting a good rank on all the dive things is cool. I don't like any of the other Keyblades. It's just really awkward.
Actually, BJ, since we were talking about Pokemon earlier, hey, you know what would be really great to do? Let's take Aromatisse, put it in a trick room, and have it spam either Moonblast or Gyro Ball.
Okay.
Joy. Probably been done. But I mean, I don't this is very nitpicky and minor, has nothing to do with the plot this time. How do you guys feel about the graphics of the PS4 Kingdom Hearts?
They look great.
Like they look good, but they feel really off to me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just their hair looks like
aside from Kingdom Hearts 1, the remix was actually a game that was made completely from scratch because they somehow lost all of the original data from the original PS2 one. It is a little wonky, but that just comes with the territory of any HD remake, to be honest, though. So
yeah, but no, I'm not talking about the HD remakes. I'm talking about
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, 3 and the Aqua thing. Like I don't like the graphics of the environments look really good, but like
I watched PKU play the 2.8 like the Aqua thing. It was gorgeous. Yeah. It really was. And honestly, I was dying at the fact that you can dress up Aqua.
Yeah.
Give her kitty ears.
Exactly.
I want to play that, but I'm not going to spend $60 for just that because it's only like 2 hours long. I don't have any money. But...
yeah, it's like there's also Dream Drop Distance on it, and then there's like a third thing that I don't even know what it's about.
But I had Dream Drop on my 3DS, so I'm just. But like, I don't like. I think Sora looks really good, but like, I don't know. There's something weird about the hair for like Aqua and stuff that looks very strange and Play-Doh-y to me. I mean, it didn't look that great on the PSP either. But I feel like with the past games, they kind of had like an art style that made up for it, kind of thing. But it feels like they're trying to have style and realism at the same time in 3 and stuff, and it looks kind of out of place to me. I don't know. I mean, I probably have to just get used to it more, but boy, it's jarring to look at. I don't know why.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how they handle it, because
though those dark sides in the Aqua thing, oh lord, that was fucking cool as shit. Like it was like a bunch of dark sides and a bunch of red and shit. Like, yeah, poor Aqua. Just poor Aqua. She didn't deserve this shit. But she's so, God, she's like my favorite character. But Yeah, but like, God, what fucking Birth by Sleep is so mean. Like, what? Why? Like that game has like I think the saddest endings in the whole entire series. I mean,
No doubt.
it's like 358 is pretty sad because the pretty much horrible broken ass friendship ending and betrayal and being erased pretty much. It's pretty horrible. But it's like okay, Terra gets fucking possessed. Aqua gets sent to the Shadow Realm and Ven is in a coma. It's just like what the fuck?
Yeah, like
What god did we anger?
Yeah, really. What did they do wrong? They like Aqua didn't do shit wrong.
Okay, well,
Terra was just
here's
misguided.
Here's the thing, though, and this part may piss you off a bit. Aqua went there on her own free will.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
the thing
yeah.
is, Mickey found her in there, and she chose to stay.
That's just how nice she is, though. Why is she so fucking nice?
She did
Stop.
that. She did that because she knows she needs to be there to keep a Castle Oblivion going, and that's the only way that they're gonna that she's keeping them safe right now.
I just hope they don't turn her into Kyrie and she's just I stay here character. Cause she great.
I'm sure
She real good.
I'm sure they'll get her out of there eventually.
It'd be cool if they gave all the characters them Batman suits of armor. I think Ben's was kind of awkward, but God, I love Terra and Aqua's, especially Terra's. His is like, oh, but it'd be cool if they gave like Sora and every set of armor. But
Also,
I mean, they don't have to. But
also, thank you, thank you, Tim the Puffball, and Realm. Ryoku Master is asking you a question. Are you gonna make Lightning the Nighthawk in Sonic Forces?
I'm sorry. What's that again?
Are you gonna make Lightning the Nighthawk in Sonic Forces?
I'm sorry. What's that again?
I'll take that as a yes.
BRB, ending my life now.
also, the Keyblade graveyard concerns me because if Keyblades like materialize, like how are those Keyblades just there in the ground? Does that mean all of those? When you die, does your Keyblade just stay materialized? Like, are those all dead people?
Well, the thing about the Keyblade is like, it's the weird teleporting thing that it can do. Like, I'm assuming maybe there's like this weird Keyblade realm that they can all go to.
Yeah, materialize. Yeah, that's
But,
like,
like,
maybe that's where it goes. Maybe the
see-
Keyblade.
I say this because we see like in Kingdom Hearts 2, there was the Pirates of the Caribbean world, where in like the second half, Captain Jack is just like, I love that Keyblade of yours, and Sora's like, okay, and then Sora, and then when Sora gives it to Jack, he literally just teleports it out of his hand back to his own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering,
Yeah,
more than likely, because like I said, all Keyblades are sentient. They choose who they want to be their master. So
Yeah, what I'm saying is,
So tough luck.
more than likely, all those Keyblades, since there's so fucking many, and there's probably not very many people around these days that are really worthy of one, like they probably just kind of sit there waiting until someone is worthy of one. So more than even more than likely, that Keyblade that Axel got was probably sitting in that graveyard until it was like, oh, this guy's cool.
because I mean that could work, but why is it called Keyblade Graveyard then? That makes me feel like people died.
Yeah, because there was an all-out war there, and that's kind of just the result of what happened. Like all those Keyblade wielders died, and that's literally all that's kind of left is just the Keyblades that they left behind.
So it's like they don't stay permanently out until you die, kind of thing, and then they stay materialized. Because that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, because
it's like, so could you pick up a dead person's Keyblade then, even if it doesn't choose you?
Yeah, because
that's pretty awful.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Remember, at the end of Birth by Sleep, one of the things that Xehanort was able to do was like use like a shit ton of Keyblades as an attack from the graveyard.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Which it's fucked up in hindsight, but this is Xehanort we're talking about.
If you look at it that way, he's using like a bunch of tombstones as like weapons. He's a metal bender.
He pretty much is.
Because that shit was awesome. Like, oh god, I want to play Birth by Sleep now. And I don't know. Ever since I watched the Dream Drop, Man, I need to play Kingdom Hearts again. It's been like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, oh, the plot's retarded. It's so fucking stupid. I want to play the whole series again. God damn it! Stop calling me back. I hate you, Square. You're evil. It's like, okay, it's like no matter how stupid this plot is, I still get sad about it. I'm like, why does this game make me sad if I'm aware of how fucking awful it's written? But I still get sad when you have to kill Shion. I still get sad at the end of Birth by Sleep. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's like, why does this shit make me sad if I think it's retarded? Like, I don't understand.
Because you don't like the story, but you like the characters.
Because it's like, I do. It's so weird. I don't... I'm like, is it just nostalgia? Like, because I mean, I've pretty much grown up with Kingdom Hearts. It's been my shit since I was 9. Like,
because honestly, like it's not uncommon. I've seen it before where it's like, someone will be like, they don't like the story or the lore to like this thing, but by God, they just love the characters.
well, it's like, I mean, you guys probably remember, I love Zero and all, but like, I don't get any feels from like Mega Man X4 when Iris dies. You can put that shit in Japanese, and that game's story is still the worst I have ever, like, what? Like, X4 is, like, my favorite. One of my favorites. I have played it 4 billion times. But, like, the story is still funny as hell to me. Anytime somebody dies, it's just funny. It's just... Maybe it's just because it's much older and, we have the memes. But it's like... It's weird that Kingdom Hearts can make me go from completely, like despising a character to, like, I feel you, bro. Damn. Like, and just, like, to be honest, it's like Shion isn't even that amazing as a character, really. She's, like, I don't know what it is about her that makes me sad when she dies, because she's really not that, like,
it's
exciting.
Probably not Shion herself. It's probably the fact that she was how close Roxas was to her.
Yeah, and part of me thinks it's because the music for her fight is soul crushing. Like, I feel like I think Square has a good way of manipulating people with their music, because the scene could be really dumb, like really hard to take serious, but the music is too sad to, like, notice. Plus, it took me so long to like stop laughing at who else am I gonna eat ice cream with.
Yeah.
But it's actually really damn sad. But it's the way he delivered the line was just awful. Like,
who am I gonna have ice cream with?
It was basically the level of what am I fighting for? But like, almost more awkward if that was possible. Like, if Zero would have had a good voice actor, maybe that scene could have had some weight to it. But it didn't.
This isn't happening. Who am I gonna have ice cream with? What am I fighting for?
No, this isn't happening. How else am I? Who else am I gonna eat ice cream with?
You know what? You know what I still need to go find. I remember in Super Game Brothers, Matt brought this up, but apparently there's some kind of like rewrite of Roxas's diary from 358, where apparently they replaced the word ice cream with sex in every single.
And it turned into the most.
Oh my god! Yeah, me and my old friend did that shit because we were like, seesaw ice cream. Why is that salty? I know what that is. I know what that really is. That's Axelnite. That's
Me and Shion were supposed to have sex up at the clock tower, but she never showed up. My hands are all sticky.
We changed seesaw. We changed seesaw ice cream into, and it changed the game. It was awful and probably illegal because they look 12, but we're not gonna. But
me and Shion, we're gonna have Pingus,
Snoop Pingus, usual, but like. It's like it's weird because we can look at Axel, Roxas, and like Shion is creepy, but at the same time, if you take off your pervert goggles, you can be like, that's pretty sad. But God, Axel is a little fucking, especially after going from serial killer to, pedo dad. It's just it's like if you look at him as like an 18-year-old or something, or like maybe like 15-year-old friends or something. It's like whatever, but like he feels very adult. You know what I mean?
He looked like he was Roxas's age in Birth by Sleep, and that was 10 years ago. So
yeah, kind of. So it's like, when did they? I mean, if anything, maybe that's proof that they had hearts the whole time. Because why the hell did they age? When did they become like nobodies? Like, when did that happen again? Like, a few years later, maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It's like, it's hard to say anything really, but yeah,
We'll try.
We'll try. I mean, I'm glad such stupid, weird writing can't ruin gameplay, because that just shows the gameplay is fun, even if it's literally spam X most of the time, or Birth by Sleep's case, spam like dodge cartwheels the whole time.
Spam
and
balloons.
Yeah, balloons and mines and but it's weird. It's weird that these games are fun to us. It makes me feel like maybe we're stupid. Because I'm like, wow, this game feels so fun to like. It feels fun to spam A, and then you're just like, wow, I'm just spamming a button and I'm having fun. Why?
And we get unlinked players for this.
Yeah, it's like okay, like the same people will be like, oh, beat 'em ups are awful, which they kind of are. They literally spam this a lot of times, but then the same people love Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, none of us see that we do the same shit. We literally hit one button, maybe triangle sometimes, maybe triangle a lot if you're playing two. Because that's another thing I can't believe I haven't mentioned yet. Why the hell does Sora not have a role in Kingdom Hearts 2? Why does he not start out with his role? What is that shit? Why? What the fuck? Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 is... It's like, okay, it's like 1 had some solid combat. You did have to dodge and shit. It's like, yeah, the attacking and stuff was very basic. It's spam, just like the rest of the series. But like...
I remember there was a reason for it. I forget what it was, though.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is literally... Unless you're playing, like, Final Mix, then things get serious and all. But like, Kingdom Hearts 2, I summed it up as
play Kingdom Hearts 2 and just change into the Kingdom Hearts 1 form.
The Kingdom Hearts 2's combat is walk around and spam triangle or X. Like, it's just walk around to dodge everything. Like, that's it. Like, you just walk and hope to survive. Like, and then you play like Birth by Sleep, but it's like frantically spamming dodge like you're playing Dark Souls or something. Like, you're like constantly having a panic attack. Yeah, or for glory. But it's like 2 is just you hit. I swear in 2 it's like you hit the attack button and Sora just spazzes out. It's just like flip, flippity flap, flip, spin, spin. Fuck! It's like the combo won't end. It's like. And the worst part of 2 is you can't finish anything off without getting to the end of the combo. So it got to a point where I turned off the combo and stuck with a basic 3-hit combo the whole game. So I could actually kill things in a decent amount of time. I'm just like, whoa. What?
Yo, how about those acrobatics he does when in Master Form? When in Final Form?
What the hell is that shit? It's like, okay...
Like, I swear, Sora slowly becomes a ninja every game.
He's, like, beyond ninja. It's like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 1, it was, like, light fantasy, like, anime powers. It was, like, it was very light anime powers. It's, like, it's not believable.
Also keep in mind, Sora's learning more and more as he goes on.
How do you learn this shit? Goes from,
hey, you wanna know how he learned it? He learned it in a dream.
No. See, Dream Drop should take place before 2. That would make sense. But like, okay.
Hey, he was technically asleep before Kingdom Hearts 2 happened. Maybe he was still dreaming.
True.
Maybe he was dreaming.
How did he like? I don't know. Like,
how long is this stream going on?
But like,
3 hours.
It's like in one, it kind of makes sense how he fights a little bit. It makes sense in Final Fantasy terms, I guess. But then in 2, they're like, we need to give him more anime powers. It's just like, what are you doing, Sora? You're like a flippity flop flip noodle. Like, what the fuck is happening? What? I mean, it's satisfying to look at, don't get me wrong. But like, oh my god, what is he doing? I feel like they toned his combos down in Dream Drop. Like the only thing they made wackier about him was that he could, like, you know, jump off walls and shit. But his combos and stuff were pretty basic, like in 1. Like, he kind of felt like 1 Sora again, but he could jump off walls, which was cool. And, like, you know, you didn't have to do the finisher to finish off things. I mean, I guess that's why it's called a finisher, but please don't put a finisher at the end of a 10-hit long-ass spinny combo, please. Like, what were they thinking with that?
And then there's Berserk Urk mode where you just can't end a combo. You just keep doing it. And then that's when Sephiroth goes, man, fuck anime.
It's so awkward. What? And, like, yeah, I kind of hope they just do Birth by Sleep system again, because I think that was the most perfect. And, like, combat in that game is my favorite, even though it's kind of spam roll while having a heart attack until things die. But
and then just watch one of the forms that Sora's Keyblade can take is a fidget spinner.
It pretty much is. There's that one where he spins it around a lot. What? How does he do that? Does he have the force? I mean, I know he has magic, but does he have the force?
I mean, to be fair, Game Informer actually did have this one article where they were saying, you know, Kingdom Hearts has a lot of things you can compare to Star Wars with, even some of the characters.
Star Wars is Disney now. I wouldn't mind a Star Wars world.
Yeah, because they actually said, you know, Aqua has a rather uncanny resemblance to Obi-Wan.
They gotta give, like, they gotta give you a lightsaber in 3. That'd be great.
Yeah. And Ventus is Ahsoka.
Yeah, he does the goddamn hold the keyblade back thing, like in every. What? Oh, I mean, I love their playing styles. They're all very fun.
And of course, Xehanort is Palpatine.
Yep. And Xemnas is Darth Maul.
Yes. Actually, I don't remember who they had as Darth Maul, actually. It's been a while since I've seen the article. Although I think they had Terra as Anakin.
Because, I mean, yeah, that fits. But, like, except Terra's a lot more likable. But, like, and he got them pants. But, like, what was I even saying?
This is why I need to take the mic from you. This is gonna go on forever.
Kingdom Hearts is evil. I could talk about it for like years straight. It's really bad. I mean, I pretty much have. Like, somebody mentions Kingdom Hearts for like 2 seconds, and it's just like, you can tell Amanda's just like, oh no, boy, they did it. Here we go.
I gave you the mic because I thought you were just gonna say something for like 10 minutes.
Like,
it's 30 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
Dude, me and my old friend, like, we started talking again. The first thing we did was talk about Kingdom Hearts, and that was when I was in a relationship with somebody else, and like, she would just pass out in the calls. There was like one time we talked about Kingdom Hearts for 7 hours straight.
Well, Amanda, I think you learned your lesson now. Don't have him talk about Kingdom Hearts.
She's probably used to it because Amanda used to fall asleep on calls a lot too, and we would just go on. You want to, like, the only game I think I can talk about as much with somebody, at least with Tyler, is fucking Persona. Because holy shit, we would go on about Persona 3 and like for like days. It was bad, but it was mostly positive things, unlike Kingdom Hearts, where you're just like fucking turn into Jerry Seinfeld. It's like, what's the deal with this? It's just you fucking die trying to think about it. But Persona 3 works. Like, the plot's good in that game for the most part. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I love the part where you shoot yourself.
Yeah, that's the best part. The part where there's no happy ending at all.
Who needs that?
The part you die.
Yes.
But still need to beat Persona 5 because that game's pretty cool. But I can also talk about Monster Hunter for like a lifetime, but I haven't been playing it, so But
There's just listen. Let's just get off the idea of talking about games with convoluted plots, and how about we start a discussion of Metal Gear?
no, I haven't even played all of Metal Gear, and oh lord, just my brother has played most of them. I've legit only really played Metal Gear Rising because I'm
good.
Cool.
You need to at least play that in your lifetime.
I love Metal Gear Rising. Oh god, it's like the hack and slash 3D version of Mega Man Zero. But like, that's why I played it. But my little brother was trying to explain like all of the different snakes to me, and I was just like, "Is this Kingdom Hearts? Is that his nobody?"
No, not exactly.
I was just like,
Playoffs from terrible.
Isn't it kind of like artificial, like his brain was downloaded into shit and then put into a new body kind of thing? Sometimes he's hard, sometimes he's not. You know, sometimes he's solid, sometimes he's liquidy.
Sometimes he's solidus.
Yeah.
He got the biggest short end of the stick when it came to Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, Solidus got shit on the whole way. It's kind of sad.
See, all you need is Metal Gear Rising because it's easy to understand because it talks about memes.
It's nanomachine, son.
The plot of that, I died when, like, because I thought it was a joke that they actually said memes in that game, but it's like the whole game. They say memes the whole entire game.
That's a pretty meme. Exquisite.
I died. That was like the greatest thing I've ever witnessed in a game. And that was like 2011, okay? That was like before.
How convenient. Raiden's voice actor is Quentin Flynn, who also voices Axel.
Axel. I shit myself when I saw that in the credits. I was like, no, but I was like, that makes sense. The whole weird serial killer side.
How about full of shit? Is that a meme?
And it's funny too because they did that before. Like, it was very common for like companies to meme it up. I feel is like because like every goddamn like game has like a meme page now, pretty much. It's like Sonic, Mega Man, Nintendo, everything. They're all in on the memes.
Honestly, I think it was just Platinum Games just making Metal Gear Rising, just going, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just make this as stupid as possible. Let's have a way Raiden beats one of the bosses by yanking one of its arms off and chopping it to pieces. Because why not?
That game is god, like holy crap.
Yo, how about we have the first boss in the game be a goddamn Metal Gear?
I know, what the hell was that? That game just never had chill. Like I love Bayonetta to death, but like especially 2, but I feel like it like Bayonetta's absurd, but like I don't think they'll ever top Rising and how over the top it was. I mean, I still haven't played Nier yet. I need to, but
okay. Let's agree. One of our favorite parts of the game was Sombrero, right?
Yeah, I died as soon as that happened. I googled the cutscene and just shared it with the world. I was just like, "This isn't happening."
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos. And the other guy is just looking at him like, "What?" And then he just has the giant robot fucking dog.
And then we
a very like Deadpool moment.
Yeah, right. It was almost like Deadpool, like mech Deadpool, Cyborg Pool.
And then we get to the kid who's like, "I ninja, Kawabanga, go ninja, go ninja."
I know. I was just like, is this racist? I don't know if I should laugh or not. And I was just like, what is this shit?
Well, okay.
What is this?
To Metal Gear's credit, they've always done stuff with like, other cultural things. Like, it's like with Mei Ling and all of her like Chinese proverbs. Like they don't do it to be racist, but it's more so for like just cultural diversity.
Yeah, and they don't leave anyone out because we had a Trump final boss. They predicted Trump. What the hell? I mean, he does. I mean, Trump doesn't look as good as what's his face, but
Armstrong.
yeah, Armstrong.
Also, thank you, Crossbow, for pointing out that I never actually changed the date in the stream title.
Yeah, it's like okay, Trump, be real with us. Do you have nano machines?
That's why he shares the memes.
Yeah. Okay, no. I still say one of my favorite exchanges with Armstrong was where he's like, where he's just beating the shit out of Ryden, just cursing out America. He's like, it's like, fuck all these lipstick lawyers and these chicken shit bureaucrats.
Yeah, I couldn't focus on the game. Like, I was dying because I couldn't stop laughing.
Like that, Armstrong was easily the best part of that game.
Like, oh my god, there were too many great parts, like best parts of the game. But he was, boy, I could have never seen him coming like at all. And then they went and stole him and put him in Kirby Robobot, which is not as well. But like, man, I need to play that game again. Oh, it was so.
Come on, Jack, show me a good time. I do have to say that I do love like when you actually beat Sundowners, like you get a call from Jetstream Sam's like, cut yourself shaving, asshole.
Oh, that whole game is a meme. A fun meme too.
Like it's like honestly, it's kind of as Johnny said in his review. It's like it's what Shadow the Hedgehog probably would have been if it were more whimsical and more self-aware.
Yep. It was like mix of Mega Man Zero and Shadow, and Platinum being crazy, and then Metal Gear, of course. But like,
yeah,
so many weird things in one, and then memes. Had to throw in memes, and then America.
Yeah, America.
I just love how that's how they see America.
If I can also say, like Armstrong's like dialogue within his bosses is also golden. Like, die, you little shit.
It just felt so like. It felt like a fan game. Like, it didn't feel like anything you'd actually get in an actual game. Like, it was just, what? Am I hearing that right now?
Yeah.
And actually, then the music!
Actually, yeah, no, I was actually going to get to that. Actually, did you know that all that music was commissioned?
Really?
Yeah, that was all commissioned.
That's cool. Oh,
no, that's Phantom Pain.
I know. But that's all I think of because people kept putting that over Metal Gear Rising videos. Yeah, or like kazoo covers of things.
Yeah, but you see, it's more so like you just start comparing like all the music tracks and everything, like all the Metal Gear games. Like you have your Silence Through the Night. You have Snake Eater. You have Sins of the Father. Suddenly, Rules of Nature.
Yeah, Rules of Nature.
Actually, I do gotta ask though. Like, have you bothered like throughout the game at all, like saving any of the hostages?
I think so.
Did you know? Did you know if you're actually fast enough, you can run up to them and cut their clothes off?
What?
Yes, you can cut their clothes off, and you get codec conversations scolding you for doing so.
That's great. Oh, Raiden he's beautiful.
Yep. And
he does it all in heels.
And also before you you actually do the fight with Monsoon, if you call up one of the people on your codec, I believe it's Courtney, the one who saves your data. If it she'll like call you being all concerned and everything and be like, Jack, are you okay? Not now, Courtney. You're about to see Jack. Let it rip. Yeah, but you called me. What did you want? Did you want to save your data? And if you say no, she just gets even more confused. It's like, why did you call me then? I forgot.
Greatest character of all time.
Monsoon's the one who started the memes.
I know. Oh, I need to replay a game now.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Actually, yep. Actually, do you have the DLC stuff for Metal Gear Rising?
For like Sam and stuff?
Yeah, not just Sam, but also Blade Wolf.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought those were pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Sam's got really hard. It like started out really easy to
Yeah.
the end. And it's
Well,
just like,
well, that's also
oh.
because Sam doesn't exactly control 1-to-1 as Raiden does.
Mm-hmm. They did a good job making them feel pretty different, but
Yeah.
it's a lot more different than like Bayonetta and like John.
Yeah.
John is just. Do you want to have like a horrible time playing this game while looking fashionable at least? Because like I cannot play as John at all. It's like perfect like blocking is not. It's hard.
It's all in the timing. Something tells me you don't like trying to do flurry rushes in Breath of the Wild.
Oh no, I love doing them. But I don't know, like doing her witch time right is so like,
It's like I was like, what is your timing?
It's like sometimes I'm like I understand, and it just doesn't work. I'm just like, I don't understand. I can only play her with like the block thing, like the rising block, pretty much. But which God, that block took so like long to get used to in Rising. Like that is such an awkward block. Jam your control stick. Yeah.
Oh, the parry. Yeah. Because I mean, like you could technically get some sort of dodging maneuver, but throughout like the beginning part of the game, it's all about like parrying and everything.
Yeah, it's really awkward. I don't.
Actually, I also gotta ask you this: do you know of a user by the name of Chip Cheesem?
No.
He did a Let's Play of Metal Gear Rising where he actually had a partner with him who has never played the game at all. He is a fan of Metal Gear, but he's never played Rising, and he got like all the greatest first impressions from him, especially from the first boss fight. He's like, it's like, he'll occasionally like do the stomp move where you want to run out of the way, but fuck it, let's parry it. cut his leg armor off.
And the cutting up everything feature is the greatest thing in games of all time, because I sat there for hours just chopping up cars into paper.
Okay, be real here. You tried to cut the cat, but it dodged all of your slashes.
Yep, that was amazing.
The ninja cat.
They're like, no, don't! How dare you kill a cat?
Actually, that cat actually comes back later in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the monsoon cutscene, if you actually look at one of the soldiers, the cat will just randomly walk up to the soldier, and he'll actually crouch down and start petting the cat.
Yeah, oh, it's great. Beautiful game. But I'm surprised they managed to make that like gimmick work, though. The cut everything up gimmick. Like, I did not think it was gonna work very well at all. When I saw like the trailers and stuff for it, I was like, oh, that probably sucks ass. Oh god, no! It's so fun. Like, it's bad when you just sit there and like it's like you could kill this enemy and like instantly if you want, but I'm just gonna sit here and chop it into as many tiny pieces as I can, and then rip out its spine from thin air because that makes sense.
Yeah, and then there's one thing that Chip Cheesem did do when finishing off Sundowner. He actually cut a Z shape in him for Zoro.
Oh, you just start like making art out of things.
Yes.
Sculptures. Make a pineapple. Damn, I want to play that game now. Man, I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts, so now I want to play that, but I also want
That'll give it crossover.
But oh god, that'd be awful. Or very fun.
Right in the Keyblade Master.
Oh, that'd be so good. They should have given him like an Axel like reference as a skin because of voice actor.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say.
Got it memorized.
Yeah.
Real quick, guys. Crosby asked me, "Have I ever gotten fan art for SSA?" Yeah, there's a little bit. Like I've gotten people who've drawn like Maple. Some people have drawn Billy. Some people have drawn Urpain. See, yeah. I've got a bit of it here and there.
I'm grinding you from the mic.
Hold up, I'm gonna get my grind. Probably.
Hi.
Welcome back.
I thought he was just gonna take 20 minutes, and then 3 hours later, here we are.
Well, what did you? It was Kingdom Hearts. What do you expect?
And then it became Metal Gear Rising.
Whoa, lag. Ryan, you lag.
You were very laggy, Rumwars.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a lever.
Okay, we got a couple more questions real quick. Ryoku Masters asks us, what's the worst game we all played?
I typed mine.
Let me leave!
The worst game I've ever played, the only game I can think of that I've actually played, was actually a Fantastic Four game that my first major girlfriend got for 360. She really liked it, but it was like barely unplayable. I don't know what she saw in it. It was just awful.
That's superhero video games.
Yeah,
They're
it was-
kind of awkward.
It was based off.
Except for Deadpool.
It was based off that very first movie. So low budget movie leads to even lower budget games.
I'm back. So is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yes.
Okay. I was just like, why don't you let me leave Discord?
And then Red Toad's asking us what are our thoughts on Sonic Mania. Probably not going to play it because I'm not really that big a fan of the original Sonic, of the classic Sonic. So.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of Sonic, so I'm probably not going to play it. I think Alec will.
Yeah, I mean,
Sonic,
I like
Sonic
classic.
Mania.
I like
why, but I
classic
don't have
Sonic,
my-
so I'll like it. I'll probably take a look at it.
Come sit down. Oh.
To each of you, the worst game you all played.
We already answered that.
Oh, did you? Well, okay, I mean, I didn't because I left for a bit. But as for me, Quest for Camelot for Game Boy Color, it was a terrible Zelda ripoff.
Huh. Never heard of that.
Good because guess what? It was made by the same people who made Superman 64, so that should show you its credibility.
Ah, okay. Major girl. Yeah, I've had two major girlfriends in my life. I dated three girls. The first girl I ever dated, she wasn't really a girlfriend. We really only saw each other for a month, and that was it. My first major girlfriend was also my prom date. Like I asked her to prom, and then after prom, we ended up becoming a couple. That lasted for a year. And then my last major girlfriend, the one that we just separated. We just separated a little over a month ago. We were together for 3 years. Like we met in college in an animation class. We were together for 3 years. We spent the last 7 months living together. Like the first 4 months at her parents' house, and then the last 3 months in her own apartment. But then she decided that she really didn't want to be in a romantic relationship anymore, just in general. So we ended on good terms. So it's like it's like we're still talking, we're still friends for the most part, but that ended a little bit ago. But yeah, I've had two major girlfriends in my life, like girls that I could really say that I actually cared for very deeply. I think I'm probably gonna actually go ahead and wrap this up here pretty soon. So if anyone has any final questions they want to ask, go ahead and get those out. Go ahead and get those out there real quick.
No, we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts 1.
He's about to end the stream. Kingdom Hearts kind of just sucked up the majority of the stream. I'm so sorry.
Here, while you think of those questions, let me go into that phone real quick.
You killed it. You killed it, babe.
Good job. We both caused death.
I hadn't even realized Danny had left a little bit ago.
She left to go to her place.
Yeah, she went
Take
home.
it anymore.
No, she had to get to her place.
Have I ever played Valkyria Chronicles? I've heard of it, but no, I've never actually played it.
Yee.
What
And
was
suddenly they called that.
what was Valkyria Chronicles again?
I swear we just heard that name the other day.
Isn't it something from Bandai Namco?
I don't remember. I've heard the name. I don't think I've ever actually invested time into it though. Like enough time to learn about it, I should say.
Is it like an army game? I think it's an army game.
It's a real time strategy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I bet maybe one of the other guys in SNG played it or something.
Probably Brandon.
That's actually probably Ryan. I would say. This just depends.
Oh boy, I'm still not done with this fucking Shantae picture.
Oh, thank you, Cosby. I'll keep an eye out for that.
BJ, I just when you get the time, check your Twitter because I just found something rather WTF that you might want to look at.
I'll take a look at it right now, and the whole chat will see it.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, BJ, I wanted to talk to you about like channels on the Discord group.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I'm in a few other Discord chats, and since this one is aimed towards more of your fan base and everything, I didn't know if you wanted to implement different. Because in other groups, there's like, let me give an example. Like I'm in one for this girl named Pibbles. There's like a rules page, a generals, and like post art, URL, and kind of that kind of stuff. And I was thinking if your Discord group gets that big, then I didn't know if you wanted to implement those kind of things because I think it would be useful in case you wanted to like keep everything kind of cleaned up.
Okay, that'll have to be something that we look into probably later on.
Yeah, I just wanted to recommend it to you for later on. I think it's pretty big.
Like, we probably don't have to worry about it too much right now. Only because, like,
because I would think it'd be cool for, like, especially, like, fans that, like, make fan art for the show and everything. Then they can just post it into the chat for it and everything. It can be featured right there, kind of a thing.
I guess. Well, like the point of the Discord chat is it's for the patrons though. So
you see Firebrand Firebrand stuck in that web. What?
Glitch there.
Like what? This isn't even my final form.
Is not Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite doesn't come out until what was it, September?
Danny is his.
Yeah, I'm
back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just heading back to my apartment. I had to put some things away because I went through shopping and everything.
The Kingdom Hearts discussion finally died.
Then it turned
into Metal Gear.
Yeah, then it turned into a Metal Gear Rising conversation where we started orgasming over the memes it started because it's just beautiful.
Okay, so what else have I missed?
That's pretty much it, actually.
Like, right?
Like, yeah.
I'm probably actually gonna I'm probably gonna have to head out here pretty soon. I don't know quite when, but I know but I'm gonna have to wrap this up here in a little bit. So I'm just letting the chat get any like final questions that they may have here that they may have real quick.
Any of you like One Piece? Not anymore.
No, I could never get into it, and to think about keeping up with it is just, oh.
No, I'm sorry, but the writer to One Piece just makes really bad decisions. It's like
I haven't kept up with One Piece in probably a couple of years actually, so I know there's storylines that I've missed out on, but you know, at least from what I've remembered seeing and everything, I mean, yeah, it's good. It's just One Piece's big problem for me is that, you know, Oda takes so long to get anything done.
Danny, and there's a reason why he's doing it on purpose for one reason only. He's outstretching the manga because he wants to beat the record of the longest running manga.
Oh, that's so stupid.
It is stupid. I'm like, no, don't do that.
I mean, I'm all for taking your time and everything on trying to, like, you know, build your world, develop your characters and everything. It's like, yeah, I don't want to see anything get rushed. But at the same time, I don't want to see you dragging your ass to get anything done either.
Yeah, especially when you gotta force it like this.
It's weird to think we had a friend who would frequently rewatch all of One Piece. All of it. Fucking Chris. Like, how do you manage to do that without actually losing your mind?
You don't sleep.
There's too much. There is too much. You don't pee. You don't. You don't pee. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You just sit and you watch.
Or you lie about it. He didn't actually watch any. He just lied. He said he did.
Knowing Chris, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, see, he actually watched Purple Eyes WTF's Nun Piece.
Yeah. That's like, see, once again, this is why I really appreciate what they've been doing with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because in the same amount of time that it takes, like, you know, Naruto or One Piece or any other shonen show, and the same time that it takes them to get something done, JoJo, 2 episodes. I mean, that's like, they can literally complete their arcs and their battles in 2 episodes, whereas, like, One Piece will stretch it out to, like, 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Danny, you'll love One Punch Man when we get to that then.
Yes, please watch One Punch Man. Please.
I fully intend on it, but it's like I said, right now I just catch up with the anime, and I'm on part 4, which is where they've gone up to at this point. So as soon as I'm done with Diamond is Unbreakable, One Punch Man is next. I've got that lined up on my Netflix queue. Yeah. So
Yay.
I will be watching it. I just want to get through JoJo first.
Yeah, and I want to join you on that then, because One Punch Man is because Saitama is my spirit animal.
Honestly, same.
Okay.
Honestly, same. I think I want to watch that with you too.
He is amazing. He is like one of my favorite characters.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's like, I mean, that's like part of the reason why I love with JoJo, because I'm watching it with Ryan, and, like, you know, Ryan's getting a kick out of listening to my genuine reactions and everything. So that's where I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I am all for watching anime, you know, with you guys. I mean, to me, that's part of the fun of why I'm loving JoJo so much.
Yeah,
so
I always love watching things with people. It's really fun.
Same here.
That's why Kobayashi-san was so enjoyable for me and Alec, because we literally wait each day, or like every week, for it to come on, and it would be such a refresh to like a shitty day, and you're like, it's a fun experience.
Raiko asks, Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 or Brotherhood?
I'm gonna say Brotherhood because I haven't actually seen the 2003 version.
I haven't seen any of it, and I feel like a horrible person for saying that, but I just didn't watch it.
See, I'm the other way. I'm the opposite of BJ. I've seen all of 2003. I have yet to get into Brotherhood, so I really can't really say. I've heard Brotherhood is supposed to be it's more accurate to the manga.
Yeah.
Like 2003, I think like the first half of the show is relatively, you know, follows the manga relatively close, and then about halfway it just kind of delved into its own thing.
Yeah, so I know there were just based on what Lindsay told me, like there were quite a number of things that changed depending.
Yeah. Yeah, which is like, you know, I guess if you're one of those people where it's like, you know, it must stay true to the manga 100%, then maybe that's why it pissed so many people off or something. I don't know, because like normally I would be one of those people where it's like, you know, yes, stick to the source material because that's what everybody loves. But if Sailor Moon Crystal has taught me anything, sometimes, you know, doing like your own adaptation may actually be beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, granted, I've heard Sailor Moon Crystal has gotten better, but in the beginning and everything, it was so frustrating to sit here and watch this, and I'm like, and this is supposed to be following the manga? And it's like, because I watched Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and I loved that show and everything. But it's like, okay, so the original anime, deviated from the manga frequently, apparently, and did its own thing. But they did such a good job with the characters and everything that made it so much fun to watch. Watch those same characters in Sailor Moon Crystal, and they just seem so stale in comparison, and that really frustrated me.
Yeah, that was my one thing why I kind of didn't want to end up watching it. Plus, the animation was bugging the shit out of me for the longest time before they finally fixed it.
Ah.
So.
Okay.
I'm kind of like a picky person when it comes to my animation. I really like flowy, like very good, like not very good because that would be kind of an asshole thing to say, but it makes sense animation. Nothing really looks weird because like One Piece to me is weird. I have a weird like drawing style, but One Piece is a weird style for me.
Look how low your ears are. Touche, Cody. Touche.
Yeah, and I mean that's fine and everything. I mean, it's like, yeah, I understand his art style is not everybody's cup of tea. It's definitely more cartoony in comparison to, its contemporaries, which probably might throw some people off.
Because, I mean, fuck, I like shit like Adventure Time style, so I was like, why am I not really liking One Piece's style? At the same time, it's like, huh.
I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I don't know, that's why I'm trying to think of like other examples.
Brandon Gallipoli, it was a bad idea to make Mario talk. Are you referring to the shorty? Because if you are, I do just want to ask, how else do you think I would have been able to have him and Peach have a whole conversation otherwise? Don't worry. The mute characters, having text blurbs will only be in the shorties. They're gonna remain mute in the main series. It's just the shorties. It's just the shorties where they're gonna be able to talk.
Yeah, because I think that was totally fine, to be real.
What's going on?
I don't necessarily mind. I mean, I know there's people that are like such a stickler for that, and I get it. I think it really depends on how you approach it, though. Because, I mean, it's like, yeah, if you approach it awful, then, yeah, it's going to lead to disaster. I mean, look at Legend of Zelda, for example. Look at Link in the cartoon. It's so awful and everything. It's like, I understand. Nobody wants to go back to that. I don't want to go back to that. Yeah, I don't want to go back to that either. But if there's anything that's so jarring that I've noticed from what little I've played of Breath of the Wild, it's so weird to listen to all these characters actually speaking in cutscenes and have all this great dialogue, and Link is just quiet for the sake of being quiet. I don't know. That's just so jarring to me.
I can understand. Some told me Johnny in his review of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like he that was actually one of his complaints. He wished that Link had dialogue.
I mean, I'm not expecting him to have like mountains and mountains of dialogue like Zelda would or something. But I mean, even if he gave off like one-word answers or something, I could be happy with that. But
man, a few words.
I don't know who they would get to voice. Like, well, actually, you could just get his voice actor for his grunting and everything, maybe.
Yeah, actually, there's a friend of mine actually thinks because he's such a big fan of Samurai Jack, he wants to be voiced by Phil Lamar.
But yeah, I mean, that's like, but again, I think it boils down to how can you pull it off. And it's like, I know that will probably, and that goes to getting the right actor, getting the right director, the right writer, which, I don't know, in my opinion, I think they've been doing pretty damn good with Breath of the Wild. I mean, they got a really good cast of characters. They're giving them good direction and everything. I haven't really heard any awful line reads, so that's where it's like, yeah, why the hell not? Of course, yeah,
we have not Falco.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I know people get pissed because like, oh, how dare you make Link talk? But I mean, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just like, why not give it a try? Or better yet, or hell, if you don't want to give it a try in the main Zelda game, do it in the side game. Like Hyrule Warriors, you actually pulled off. That's like, yeah, like throw that in a side game, gauge people's reactions, and if people like it, then throw it into a freaking mainstream game or tweak it further. You know, play around with that shit. You know.
Yeah, especially considering a lot of the voice actors they did pull for the new Zelda game were all just completely brand new. So this was like a completely brand new thing they were trying out. Like these people had no other roles in anything besides this.
Really?
And yes. Go to hold on, let me get the behind the voice actor page for it. But a lot of them had not worked on anything previous.
Oh wow, nice.
For Breath of the Wild.
That's one hell of a way to start off your career, I guess.
I loved all the voice acting too, which is even doubly more impressive.
Same here, really.
A few of them are pretty good. I was kind of thrown off by Zelda's kind of British accent, to be real.
I think.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's mostly just because of the time period. It was more medieval.
Yeah, well, that and it's like Zelda's like royalty. She's a princess of a kingdom. It's like it kind of makes sense to have a British accent.
Let's be real. When people think of when people try to think of like the proper proper sounding, like the English accent is probably like the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, chip, yeah, have some tea.
Okay. Yellow Bomber asks, "Who's best waifu from Splatoon 2, Marine or Pearl?"
Marine. Oh my god.
I don't care.
I don't know. I didn't watch the direct, so I don't know what I've missed out on.
You should look them up. Well, like I don't like Pearl. I really don't like Pearl. I think her design is kind of weird. But oh my god, Marine is everything that I love.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get a picture. Marine. Or Marina. Yeah, it's Marina. Marine. There's like so much fan art of it already.
Damn, you guys work fast.
Here we go. I'll just put Marina for now, since it's the one.
Oh wow, you're right, Amanda. I don't recognize any of these names in Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
Yeah, none of them. Yeah, it's like, damn.
Yeah, because if you click on their names, it'll show you what they previously worked in. And it's like nothing.
Okay.
Unless they
like,
recently got jobs for other things, which I'd be surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like, again, that's like, wow, what a hell of a way to start your career, you know?
God, you guys mentioned that up, and then I just can't stop laughing at when the Super Game Brothers beat Breath of the Wild, or not Super Game Brothers, Game Grumps. When they beat Breath of the Wild, they were going looking at all the names in the credits. There was just one name, like it was a Japanese name, but when spelled phonetically in English, this poor guy, spelled phonetically in English, his guy's literally, his name literally sounds out like "Go fuck your mom."
Oh wow.
Oh.
Sitting here like, I remember Danny and like Aaron see that, they just start bursting out laughing, and Danny's just like, "What a name!"
God, I have not kept up with the Game Grumps like at all.
I at the very least suggest at least watching the Breath of the Wild Let's Play, because it's actually pretty funny and good.
Okay.
They do a pretty good job on that one.
Yeah, because part of the reason why I stopped watching the Game Grumps is just because it's like, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, they are very funny, but I was just so tired of seeing them starting games and then never finishing them.
Yeah, or Aaron just continuously dying on something forever and never getting anywhere.
Okay, so apparently, I'm looking up some of the IMDb's for like some of the people in Breath of the Wild, and I went looking up the King of Hyrule, and apparently he's been in some Pokemon stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Apparently, the King of Hyrule is Alakazam. And let's see, it's also Corpfish, Brock.
Okay. Huh, neat.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, that's
king
why
of- the
I
king of
always
Hyrule-
love looking at voice actors because you
The
find
king
the
of Hy-
funniest
Yeah,
shit.
the king of Hyrule is Pokemon.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just munching on some white cheddar popcorn.
You're good.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's just like my crack right here.
Yep.
I like once I open up that bag, I'm gonna end up killing it.
Goku versus Skips from regular show.
Skips.
Oh,
Just
what's that?
skips.
Oh,
No.
who? The big gorilla-looking motherfucker?
Yeah.
No, I never watched regular show. Was it good?
No.
Oh yes, it was very good.
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good.
Oh wow, you big meanie.
Like in my defense, like there were a couple of newer Cartoon Network shows that I didn't care for at first until Lindsay got me watching them. Like next Steven,
Yeah, you mean your
Steve-
Adventure Time hate
Steve-
that you
yes.
would bully me over?
Steven Universe, Adventure Time. Yeah, I know. Like regular show was just the one that I couldn't. No matter how much I tried, I can't. I couldn't. Do
I
it.
really love regular show, and I think Danny, you would like regular show a lot too.
Okay.
You should definitely check it out sometimes.
All right. Yeah, because I remember like I know I remembered watching. I think it was like the first season of Adventure Time on Netflix, and I was like, that was all right. I mean, it's funny, but that's where I was just like, I don't see why everyone like obsessed over it or anything. So maybe that stuff comes in later or something.
It gets very.
Yeah, it definitely does, which is why I'm angry at you, PJ, because you would bully me over it. You Peach.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. You know what I still haven't watched yet?
Yeah.
Gravity Falls.
Oh,
You need
yes,
to.
That's
You
good.
fucking- you
yes,
fucking
yes,
need
yes,
to.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Like that's
I've heard so many good things about that one, but I never got around to watching it.
yeah. Like it's completely over. It's done. Like they had their series finale, and it had a spectacular ending. It was just a great show all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And
I never had any complaints with it, to be real.
And here's what I don't get, because at the time when I was interning in Walt Disney World for my doing my culinary internship, so on my days off, I will, all interns are considered employees, and one of the perks when you work in Disney World, you get free access into the parks. So on my days off, I'm like, I don't care if I've been here 100 times. I feel like going to the Magic Kingdom. I feel like going in Epcot. And I did it all the time. And I never got tired of it. I love Disney World that much. And yet, I interned in Disney for about 4 months. It was like from August till January. So, I did like a 4-month internship. I know Gravity Falls was, that was running and everything on TV. I never saw anything Gravity Falls related in Disney World.
Yeah, they don't typically advertise that kind of stuff in Disney
There's
World.
also very good reason as to why.
Right. Well, that being said, that's why, because at first I was like, okay, just don't advertise the TV shows. But no, I was seeing some Phineas and Ferb stuff, so I was like, okay, they're clearly not against, like, it's not just we're going to focus on the movies and everything. So it's like, no, I saw some TV stuff there too. I think it's like when I was in Epcot, they had like a thing for the kids or something where it was like they had a game or something that little kids can do with like Perry the Platypus and everything. So I was like, okay.
It's because Phineas and Ferb is a very different like audience than Gravity Falls.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb is very much it's a great kid show. You guys know my stance on Phineas and Ferb. I fucking love that show. But it's like, Gravity Falls is definitely a whole different beast. Like, Phineas and Ferb is definitely directed towards kids. With some, it's adults can definitely enjoy it, but it was definitely directed towards kids. Gravity Falls was directed towards everybody.
Yeah.
Kids and adults.
Yeah.
Like
it had some very like horror like moments.
And that's what I don't get, because it's like, yeah, go down to Disney World, go to some of the rides and see some of the stuff they do. I mean, it's like, my God, go into Haunted Mansion. That's like one of my favorite rides in Disney World is Haunted Mansion. And it's like, that's got some pretty twisted shit going on. Granted, it's very tongue-in-cheek, but still some pretty dark stuff in there. And even like with the properties and stuff, I mean, we got Star Wars and Marvel now, and it's like, look, I love Marvel and everything. I don't think I will ever get around to hating Marvel. That being said, though, nevertheless, it is violent. And I know that's such a stupid argument and everything, because, I'm not saying, oh, violence is bad and everything, in proper context and everything. Like, if you sit your kid down and, like, teach them, like, what, violence is bad, like, don't emulate the shit you watch on TV and everything. I got no freaking qualms with it. It's just, okay, so Disney has no qualms about, like, marketing, like, properties that revel in violence and everything, like Star Wars and Marvel. So they clearly have no problems, like, marketing and doing stuff with, like, more adult themes, I guess is where I'm going with. So that's where I'm like, well, okay, so where's the Gravity Falls stuff? Because if that's something that does have some darker elements and everything, they've done it with everything else, so why not?
Honestly, Danny, there's no way Amanda and I can speak it into words. Like, you'll have to watch it to understand why they really chose not to market it as much as it was still marketed. Definitely, it was just not through conventional Disney methods. And like I said, there's no way we can really explain it to you without, because Gravity Falls is definitely one of those TV series where you should go into it blind. Amanda and I will. There's no way in hell that we're going to tell you anything about it. You have to go into that show blind.
Okay, maybe that'll be something like the three of us can do. It's like, when I get around to Gravity Falls, I want you guys in there with me, just so we can all watch it together and you can get my reactions.
That's fine.
No problem with that at all. But yeah, it's like there's just no good way. Even if we were dumb enough to spoil shit for you, like, there's still no good way for us to explain as to why that is, Danny. It's just one of those kinds of TV shows.
Okay. Man, that is fine by me. Trying to think, is there any other questions or something? Like, does anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, I haven't seen any more for a bit. I think right now is a good stopping point for this. I think there's some things that I need to go do that doesn't involve a laptop. So that said, guys, what?
I said D.
The?
I said ye.
Ye. Okay. All right. Sorry, that caught me off guard. Okay. I guess we'll see. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'll be streaming again tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna be the last day where will be the last day that I have the house to myself. After that will be when my parents come. My parents and little sister come home. So I probably won't be streaming that much that often once they do. At least I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I guess that said, thank you all for watching and joining in with us, and we'll talk to you later.
Adios.
Yeah.